In a world of shiny helmets, spandex jumpsuits, and strange monsters, these heroes force feed you a bowl of awesome that is the Tokudon Podcast. Join Carl and Rob as they haphazardly welcome you to the exciting genre of Tokusatsu. Now, open wide.
Hello, friends. Hello,
welcome.
We did it.
Have a seat, down, stay a while.
Sit.
It's been a while.
Sit.
How you been?
I'm alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I'm okay. I think.
yeah. We can only be okay. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of things that aren't okay, and our subject may have not been one of them.
Life has become a game of Final Destination for us lately, and I don't like our odds, but we're doing all right. You know.
Listen, I lost a whole ass organ. That's all I'm saying. I am one organ less than you guys probably have seen. If this is your first.
Dragonic Night.
Before you get into it, Aldi, 47 fucking months. Holy shit, dude. Appreciate you. As always, 47 fucking months.
I love you, man.
That's like
Thank
almost
you.
as long as I've been streaming. I'm pretty
Like
sure.
the entire time.
Yeah, so like we started in COVID. So
my
we started,
entire time. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Started streaming in COVID. We were playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. And I feel like that's about the time Aldi jumped in here.
Oh my God! Welcome, brother.
Yeah.
Welcome. What am I talking about?
It was one of those.
Thank you for
Yeah, welcome
putting up
to
with
the
us.
last
My bad.
5 years.
Welcome to the rest of hell, because this is it. This is it for you, man.
He knows.
Well, I mean, we have another story for you to tell now.
Yeah.
So like, check this out. So he lost a body part,
Holy.
and I got to experience what it's like to be quarantined, like you're an alien.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I had an incident, and I'm going to be very cautious here, but I had an incident where I was inadvertently exposed to some kind of volatile materials. And if anybody knows the procedures, they didn't work with me that day. So a lot of things happened beyond my control.
Yeah.
Okay. So I found myself in the hospital, and all of a sudden, when I had to explain my situation, the entire ward was like, oh.
Everyone stopped moving. Even the people crying in pain were like, oh.
And then, not to add that it was the oh moment, but it was the where's the guy that knows what to do in these situations? Oh, he fucked off.
Oh, he's drunk in a bar. Okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
Bet.
So, well, who do we have? Chat GPT. Got it.
WebMD's got it for us. All right, cool.
WebMD has got me covered today, my guys. So, about an hour in, the only thing that I know is that we have to strip and we have to wait and be patient, because they have to figure out what the first step is, because nobody should really be around me. For all that they know, I could explode. You know what I mean? So they're treating me like I'm going to do so at any moment. Even when they come and take my name, the lady's behind this glass
shield.
It's like, so what's up? I'm like,
Did she just attach
me.
a riot shield to her little rolly desk? Is that pretty much what it was?
And the thing is, they were cool about it, but you could tell they were nervous the whole time.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to make us feel comfortable, but the whole time they're just like, so we're just gonna be back here, okay? And don't worry, everything's fine.
You're gonna be fine.
You're fine, maybe, but just hang tight. So okay. It's a whole
Rob starts The Walking Dead confirmed.
I would be the guy, and I'm the one who's like, yeah, zombie apocalypse go, and I'm the one who's like, oh fuck.
Oh my god.
So okay. So that's like a whole hour and a half of like nothing, of just us naked in a room, okay? And then finally the a doc, because I don't even know if he was there the
We don't
whole
know if he
time.
is a doctor, but a guy in a lab coat showed up.
There was a lot of masks happening, so it could have been like the same janitor dude that they kept sending in with different voices. You know what I mean? So it was a lot of
Yo,
what
Frank,
the
we don't
fuck.
have a doctor. Just get in there and put a voice on.
My guy really comes in, and his one of his disclosures is, I'm going to speak into this AI thing, and it's going to record our conversation, and if I have any questions, I can ask it and I can ask you. Are you okay with that? I'm like, I have to be, so please help. I'm like, please, just whatever, I'll talk to the box.
The man literally said, I have dragon speak. Can you talk into it for me?
So he's like happy to use his toy on me, and I'm just like, I'm fucking scared. Somebody tell me what's happening. so so eventually, like, they run a gamut of blood tests, and mind you, as they're drawing blood from me, the nurse is like, so I'm also waiting on this other vial, so I'm gonna come back and grab a little bit more. I'm like, no, please, just do it all now. We have to come back. In the middle of her finishing, the guy with the other bags rushes in. He's like, I got them, here they are. And it's like a bag of like 3 fucking tubes of vial, like, bro, they were gonna bleed me dry. I'm like, oh god, that's a lot. She's like, yeah, if you feel a little dizzy, let me know. I'm like, I'm okay. Immediately I'm starting to sweats, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, all right, we're tough guys, we're men, we're big burly men. I could watch a guy's head get split in half, but if I'm getting stuck like a pig and there's nothing I can do about it, really weirds me out.
Listen, I gotta walk. I have to literally look the other way every time, and like fucking look at me, and like I can't look at it. Like,
bro, like, look at the
like my
I
nipple vibrated like crazy when I got the one on my chest, and like that was fine. This lady coming at me with this blood draw thing was insane.
And they're so smooth about it, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm in agony, I'm just a little bitch. Like, just give me a second, please, that hurt. So anyway, so all right, they draw the blood, another like fucking 3 hours go by, and we finally start to hear back. So all of the tests show negative. You're not gonna explode on us, we don't need you to stay in the hospital. Sorry about throwing away some of your clothes, but here's a gown made of paper so that we can go home.
Make sure your ass cheeks aren't out.
And then finally we got here, and we're just like, what happened? What happened? And it was all because somebody made a mistake that I had nothing to do with.
Yep.
But yet it dominoed, and I fell to be the guinea pig to figure out what the fuck happened.
Yep.
So that was my weekend.
Yeah. Great weekend. We're doing great.
Yeah. So how are you?
It's funny because that just reminded me. I don't. You probably remember when I had shingles.
Yes.
In school, when we were back in school.
Yeah.
I was treated much the same, except on top of the poking my eye with the let's make sure it's not in your eye machine, but I don't know how to use it, Mr. Doctor. And so like the thing you guys go to the eye doctor with the light, right? The guy's like, it's my face is in the thing, and he's moving the light around, and then he like pokes me in the eye with it, and I was like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, I don't actually know how to use this thing. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. And like I went there thinking it's poison ivy. So fun fact for anyone who doesn't know, I have had shingles. I've technically had chickenpox 3 times now. I had shingles back in 2013, something like that.
2012, because that last year was a bitch.
Yes, it was 2012. So my face literally like schlocked off, and this dude's poking me in the eye, and I had to sit in the 24-hour like monitoring for 3 days waiting for a doctor to come in and go, you're not gonna lose your eye, you're good. And then I got to leave.
That was
it being shingles, it's highly contagious because it's a variant of the herpes virus. Yes, I've had herpes. Hey, whatever. It happens. It's a herpes virus. I can't control that shit. I don't know.
You're not gonna die. Yeah, you'll be all right. If anything, you'll learn to calm down.
I still got some character on my face. We're good. So it is what it is. But yeah, I was supposed to be quarantined. They didn't put the sign up until the last day when I was leaving. Like the highly contagious sign, you know what I'm talking about? That thing where like everyone should be in the fucking hazmat suits when they come in.
So the ER is already full of people with the shingles.
Bro, I probably had a whole like my own cult of herpes by the time I left there.
Sorry, bro,
so it didn't affect me in any way. I was the one.
And you know, people, and we tell stories about, I got the chickenpox when I was a kid. Yeah, but imagine now, like you would fucking, oh my god.
Yeah, that was third time technically. So that was fun. Yeah, have I mentioned when I get sick, I go big or go home? Have I mentioned that, friends?
Yeah, so tell me this though.
Yeah.
In your opinion, given what we've experienced, lately or even then. I would much rather re-experience that all over again than watch the Guardian Code.
Listen.
Ever again.
Listen.
Ever again.
I have a lot of opinions on that I would like to get into. But
folks, we gathered you here today not to talk about stuff, but to tell you something.
To tell you something.
We came to tell you on a lie.
on a lie that I want to talk about, but I want to also get our stuff out of the way first here. So we have a Patreon, if you guys don't know. patreon.com/Tokudon.
Patreon.com.
You guys can join, you become Shadow Lords, you get an extra episode of the Shadow Realm Parlor. You also get it if you do the lower tier. I forget what we call it.
Shadow Realm Parlor is where we talk about all the super secret stuff.
Yeah, you get a second podcast every month. So that's double the us. And the last one, what did we end up talking about last time?
That's the point.
Yeah, go find out.
Yeah, go find out.
At one point, we definitely talked about like muscle mommies.
It's not that we don't remember. No, it's not that we don't remember. No. We just,
I gotta keep the suspense alive. But at one point, we did talk about muscle mommies. I know that. So.
Well, that's like every day at one point or another.
You're killing my promo here, man. So you guys can check out patreon.com/Tokudon. There will be extra episodes there every month, both video and audio. You guys can listen to it however you listen to this podcast. It kicks over to however you do that. And then just a couple other things that we should talk about that are kind of cool. We're in a show that just came out. The first episode just dropped this week, right? It was in last week or so.
Last week?
Maybe the end of last week. It's called Leland Fading Lights.
Yes.
And it's fucking cool.
Yeah. I mean, not something that I normally, and that's the weirdest part, is this is absolutely like cyberpunky thing, my absolute opposite end of interest, but the story is fucking wild, and I get to play all right. Let's talk about how this little project came, because this is all about the importance of connections here.
Yep.
The creator of this project, her name is Wasteful Witchy, and she has helped me on a previous project as a voice actor. And when she's an amazing digital artist. So she's doing the entire project, I should say, is being done in, I would call it like a PS1 style graphics render. Yeah. And because of that stylistic approach, everything, the characters have these dynamic silhouettes, but yet they're so distinct. And let alone that it's based in this, I don't even know what to call it. Like it's cyberpunk for sure.
Yeah. So it's a high fantasy world that has very literally cyberpunk, like 2077 was a big influence, and she used a lot of the jargon. But it's, I'm putting the link in the chat right now for anyone who would like to keep it on in the background.
Check it out.
We are in it. You're in it. I'm not in this first episode, but I will be in the second episode. She reassured me that my boy will be in the next episode.
And that's the thing. Like as the episode was going on, I'm like, okay, so now I know that this is it's much faster paced, because I'm like, wow, this is intense and really it really a lot. And I'm like, oh, so Carl should be. Oh my god, it's already over. No, wait,
No, 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 come back.
Come back, wait, I'm
I
not
was
done.
honestly like, and I don't mean this in any way of like talking down to projects that I've been a part of, but like there is sometimes people ask to be a part of a project and you're like, yeah, no, that's cool, I'll help you out. And like you watch it and you're like, oh, this is cool, I like this. This one,
Right.
I was locked the fuck in the whole time.
It's-
And I even messaged her, I was like, yo, thank you so much for letting me be a part of this. This is so sick.
It was an experience. Like, again, you're more keen on the voice acting. I'm kind of like stretching my legs in that just to get more comfortable with it. So the idea of doing an accent was like, okay, let's just see if I can find one that I can at least have fun with, because there's no way you're gonna hear me and hear the accent and be like, you know what, that guy speaks that language natively.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me just do the best I can to have a good time and make sure that I'm delivering the emotions that she wants. And that's the one thing that I've picked up on the script reads, and her expressing her excitement about the project was infectious, bro. Like, she is 100% gung-ho, and mind you, she's doing all the digital effects on her own. And doing a bunch of editing with brilliant editing, and it's just, I am impressed at the rate at her production and the quality that she's pumping out.
The quality in that amount of time that she's cranking out. Like, so we're saying it's like PS1 graphics. This is kind of like Shovel Knight, where it invokes that feeling of the PS1 era, but like the lighting and the effects and things are very much more than the PSX could ever generate. Like, it's very high quality. It's just the models have that kind of low poly look to them.
I have some promo that I'll drop in the.
Yeah, I was just playing the trailer. They had a chance to see it, and then I also had I'll put it back up on the big screen for you guys to check out here, so you can see a better view of it. But yeah, it's really sick.
And again, it's a whole new genre that I'm usually used to, so I'm learning the jargon as I go. And apparently my character is this really techie know-it-all, and
you're a netrunner. Yep.
Yeah, and me having to put myself in that mentality, I'm like, okay, so like let me take out the fact that I might not 100% understand the jargon, but I know what the guy wants. So let me try to visualize what he wants through some of the shit that I might not truly understand. But the thing is the context of the scenes, excuse me, her writing, her pacing drive the moment and the points so fast and so hard that the confusion pretty much gets cleared up by what's happening in the moment for me. So anyway, guys, we really want you to check that out. If you get it, just a free, what is it, 20 minutes, I think?
Yeah, it's a 17-minute first episode. I put the link in the chat if you guys want to check it out. I'll put it in the show notes if you guys are listening to the audio currently. But yeah, definitely check it out. And I don't know, there's no date for the second episode yet, but you can see my name in the credits. That felt really cool. That was really fucking cool. She made a whole opening sequence and I saw my name. I was like, ooh, that's me.
There I am. It's surreal, man. It really is. Like, for all the projects that we do, it's just a whole different thing.
Yeah.
To I don't know, whatever it is, it's magic.
It's still satisfying to see this stuff come together. Like, I've done some stuff with like Gem and things like that, and like we've done videos and various things throughout the years at this point with people, and it's always so cool to see this stuff come together.
Because it's the soup, the sausage getting made has always been my favorite part, but like, holy shit, man.
Yeah. I think just being in the process of making the sausage, if you will, it's cool when like you just don't hear anything for a couple months and then bam, it's finished and you're like, holy shit. Holy shit. You know what I mean? Like, whoa. Instead of staring at it for multiple hours every day for 6 months.
That's what I mean. Yeah. When you're not the one going click.
Yeah.
Click.
Yeah.
Click.
Wait.
No.
Perfectionistly scoping out every shot and cut and making sure it fits to the beat. And this section didn't render correctly. I love making videos so much.
Balancing
I have
out.
such a love-hate relationship with making videos. It's crazy. But it is really cool to see these things come together. And speaking of accents that you may not be comfortable doing, where you may know that person is not speaking the native language, I had to learn 2 Japanese songs for another project that we're doing.
But the thing is, man, you nailed the soul, and that's what
I
we
just
do. We hit the soul.
yeah.
We might not sound right, but we hit the
I
soul,
tried
man.
my damnedest, okay? That's all that
Yeah,
matters.
that's right.
Yeah.
We did the best we could, and I'm proud of you, man. I
Thank
really
you.
am.
That
It
was
sounded
fucking
good.
hard. That took me like 6 hours to I'm trying to learn it line by line, pronounce it correctly, and I'm sure I flubbed most of those pronunciations anyway.
I think we mentioned that we were cast in the Samurai Troopers.
I don't
Some
remember.
point. Oh,
I know I posted on Twitter about it, but if we haven't mentioned it on the actual podcast, or we probably mentioned it on Shadow Realm Parlor, good there.
yeah. I think that's what I'm thinking.
I think
see,
that's what we mentioned it
the
on.
secret stuff, man.
See,
is
you
just,
get it first. You get it first over there.
Well, to catch you up, yes.
Yeah.
We are now like professional voice actors and stuff. Like truly professional. No, but we were
But
we got,
I mean, this was your
enough.
first like main role, I would say, right? Like this Leland
Yeah.
Guiding Lights is you're literally the main character, other than the other agent. I forget her name.
Yeah.
The
I guess
beastie that you're hanging out
co
with.
co-lead, I guess.
Co-lead,
But,
yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Well,
and
I'm
then,
playing two co-leads then. That's cool with me. That's what's
yeah,
up.
and I finally get to live up my dream of my Domon Kashu-esque Screamy Boy. So I'm going to be voicing Guy in Samurai Troopers in a fan dub.
And I will be voicing Kaito.
Yeah.
Hi.
So we voice a couple other random characters too, because it's a small cast and there's a lot of fucking characters in that. If you guys saw some of the newer episodes, episode 8, I believe, is when Uno is in there. Uni, whatever his name is, the other one I play, one of the demon boys, the one that gets mixed with the other guy. So yeah, it'll be really cool. And so the thing is with Guy, he is a huge fan of 90s J-pop. And I love me some city pop. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love it.
I mean, to be fair, yeah. Who the hell isn't?
I love the songs. I am not a Japanese speaker in any way, shape, or form. And
you're not
singing and rhythm is hard enough for me as it is, even though I sing and try to do those things every once in a while. I'm not great at rhythm.
You're not trying to be Lisa, bro. That's not the point.
I'm not Min-Mei. I'm not fucking any of those guys. I'm trying my best here. But I think it worked because like Guy is not some kind of pop idol. He's just a kid who's obsessed with this shit. So
that's man, like as I'm watching this, it's winning me over. But I had such I was like, what's going on here? Why are we doing this? What did you do to my Samurai Troopers? But now I'm like, oh,
yeah,
okay.
I am debating when we should check it out because I definitely want to check it out for Tokudon. It's just like I feel like more is developing that makes it more unique and fun as we're going.
That's what I'm saying. Like my first take was negative, and I really didn't see what was to like. And now I'm just like waiting for the next episode.
And now everything is just fucking icing at this point. Like it's just another Sunday topping. That's all it is. Like we're getting the whole banana split. We get the classic flavors, but we also get a whole bunch of new shit on top of it. So
it was episode 5 that won me over, and that's what I'll say. Episode 5, yeah, lock me in.
That'll do it.
I was in there, but okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Well then, okay.
All right. So,
but yeah,
we're gonna have fun with that.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I hope that goes for at least the first 10 or so episodes. We'll see how much he ends up doing. I know he does a lot of audio projects as well. Zenkai Pool, if you guys are familiar with Zenkai Studios, they are the ones doing the fan dub, and they also do a bunch of rider stuff. I was in the Deep Sin Trio of Deep Sin movie. I played I played Blades is Poppy. I forget his name.
I forget his name too. Yeah.
Starts with an F, I feel like, but played him. That was really cool. It was fun. That was the first time doing a rider thing, I think. Yeah, that was. Well, dubbing a rider thing.
Playing the main lead is gonna be like, I don't know, like it has this gravitas, but like a freedom to it. You get to establish the anchor point. You know what I mean? Like, I like that.
Yeah, and like, so I and not to like brag, but like it feels like this voice acting stuff's kind of going the right way because I'm playing Kakashi in the Naruto dub as well, the fan dub, which is like Naruto abridged, and it's cool to like be main character adjacent, like a secondary main character, I guess, because like Kakashi's not a main character, but he's there the entire fucking time. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. I'm also playing Kurama, so like I'm in an episode pretty much no matter what happens. And I'm going to be playing a bunch of other characters as they come up. Like I'm playing Doji, the sound dude who's all like wrapped up. He's got not the whistles in his hand, but he fights Choji and like flicks his arm wrist thing in the Chunin exam. He's one of the sound kids.
I will recognize him.
You will. He's the one who has his face all wrapped up. As soon as you see him, you'll know. But he fights Choji when they do the 1v1s, and he has this ringer on his forearm, and he flicks it, and that's when he's like, the body is 80% water, and that carries tone, and Choji like, and just like passes out. I'll be playing him, Kurama, and the second Hokage, which I'm fucking pumped for.
You serious?
I'm playing the second Hokage, yeah.
Dude, that's major.
So like pretty much all my favorite Naruto characters I get to voice, which is kind of sick.
You lucky bitch.
Yeah. So we'll see. And then I think I'm also doing Madara as well. I think. So
all right. So we already know that Madara requires this level of
gravitas.
Allure. Yeah.
Sexy
so
gravitas.
I better be up on my screen by the time I hear Madara speak.
Oh, you will. Because I feel like I was gonna say the cool thing about playing these sort of main characters as opposed to like the bit characters that I usually play or like the less line characters, it's going to give me a chance to like explore a character more. Because like as I was doing the Guy lines, because there was so many of them, I kind of like found Guy's voice, I feel like.
Right.
And it's also harder just having a lower register for me to do like kid voices. Just because they're in a higher register. But I feel like, and I sent you the lines, you can agree or disagree, please be honest. No. But like I think by the end of it, I found a good higher range that still felt I didn't feel like I was straining my voice, you know what I mean?
Right. It's a natural thing. Like even I have to go a little bit higher than normal just to figure out Kaito. You know, it's they're 15, so it's like okay,
and it's
remove
like
what middle base I have.
Not for nothing, but like I don't sound like a 15-year-old. Like I'm not trying to brag. It's just my voice is down here. Most 15-year-olds are up here. So, but yeah.
So it's all about that, and then watching the episodes, like I'm really looking forward to those dynamics between Kaito and Guy.
Yeah.
That I think we should do live recordings. Just cool. Kind of, yeah. But I'm just saying, like the more that I see this story going, I feel like we owe it a full review. Mm-hmm. So like a midway point, I don't know how many episodes they have planned. I actually
I don't know. I don't know if it's. I mean, there's going to be at least 25, 26 at least. I would assume because it's a season. It's a full season. And because like there's way too much happening right now that I feel like they're gonna wrap it up by 13. You know what I mean? There's way too much going on. And so I think we're getting at least 25, 26. It might be more. The original was 53 in some movies. Something like that, 52 in some movies maybe. But it was a good chunk of episode. We got 2 full seasons out of it. So I think we're getting at least a season.
I keep seeing back and forth 22, 25. I'm not sure. So
yeah, it's probably they reported a full season, like one season. So I would assume 25 or so, and then maybe a movie or something. But we'll see. I'm really excited, and that's why I'm kind of like, do we just wait and do the whole thing, or do we like
I think,
check in with it like we do a series sometimes? But I'm kind of leaning towards like just wait and talk about the whole thing.
Yeah, because I think it's good enough that it's gonna have a hell of an impact already, bro. Like already, they're whatever. We'll save it, but I'm just saying I'm looking forward to it. So
for sure,
yeah, we'll put a pin in that one.
Yeah, put a pin in that. Put a pin in that. Just since we're talking about voicing, I did want to mention one thing. This isn't something we normally talk about on Shadow Realm Parlor. So you guys get. Also, we have a question. We have to answer that too. I just remembered, speaking of Shadow Realm Parlor, we got a question, which is one of the perks you get of being a Shadow Lord on the Patreon.
Shit.
So before I do that though, we started again. Have you heard of the game Yap Yap?
Yap Yap.
So this ties into, this is as much of a tangent as I normally go into, because I have plenty of tangents on this list I could talk about, honestly. I had a lot here, and I was just writing stuff down. I did not expect to get to all of it today. It's fine. I'm not worried about that. The Yap Yap is a multiplayer game where you are a wizard and you go around just fucking up this other dude's castle. And you have to do it for a dark cosmic moon god. And you have to get a certain amount of, like, I forget what kind of points they get, but you just get points. I forget what they call it exactly. Chaos, I think. But the thing is, when you have your wand, there's multiple wands. You have to actually say the spell names into your microphone.
So that's fucking cool.
So everyone gets a wind wand out of the gate. We played it the last 2 weeks on our Monday night fan streams. our squad streams, I should say. We played it the last 2 nights. It is very, very fun. I'm debating starting like a plays channel just to like archive this stuff. So maybe I'll just start with these because it's really hilarious. And you start with a wind wand, and the base wind gust spell is just like a blast of wind is arrow. Like arrow, like okay. AERO.
Right.
You have to say that. You get 2 casts, and then it has a cooldown. The other one is up dog, makes you float. And you can say dog, and you can keep floating a little farther every time. Each wand has like a secondary hidden ability like that. So this one is the up dog, and if you keep saying dog, you can float a little longer. And then there's also Tempest, which is just a tornado that kind of like lifts stuff up and chucks things around. And you're just trying to break stuff in this castle. There's enemies around and things like that too. Another one is called the grotesque wand. You have a chew, which shoots these booger bubbles that just cling to things. And then you can say piss yuck, and you start peeing out of your wand.
Okay.
And if you pee on the booger bubbles, they grow and explode into mines.
Naturally, yes, the most powerful spell. Right.
They are actually very powerful for taking out some of these enemies. But it's all kinds of shenanigans like that. It's just ridiculous. But like, as we're sitting here, Mrs. Kaiju was like, "What the fuck are you doing? I'm going to shove an arrow up your ass. What are you playing right now?"
We have to.
Yeah, I got it. So it's very funny because just sitting there going like, the one is like flame tongue. I forget what it is. It's like flame tongue, and then you have to, and your character starts like vomiting fire. But you have to make a noise into the microphone, like, bleh, and it makes the beam go straight, so you can actually hit things with it.
That's cool as shit.
It's fucking cool, and it's hilarious. So that's called Yap Yap. It's on Steam. You guys can check it out. I don't know if it's on consoles. I think it's only on Steam right now.
Doesn't sound like a console would be able to handle that shit.
Still early access. I don't know 100%. I could check Steam real quick, but that's a whole thing.
I see.
But yeah. And then last thing. Before we get into that, I finished Neo 3. I don't know if I told you. I finished Neo 3.
No.
Finished my first run of Neo 3, I should say. New game.
Oh, okay. So it's definitely...
So the real game is starting. Basically, I finished the tutorial.
Got it.
Especially with Neo games. And I am 5 chapters away from the end of Ninja Gaiden 4, I think. The DLC just came out, so almost done those 2. So
the DLC is just like emphasis on the co-op. Is that what I'm understanding?
I didn't even know there was co-op. If there is,
or multi, I don't know, because it's the emphasis on the 2 players.
From what I understand, you play like 2 missions with Ryu in the whole game.
Oh, so
the rest is Yakumo, and then I think the DLC gives you like 4 or 5 more with Ryu.
I see. So that's what.
And that's not saying I think you might be able to, once you beat it, do the thing where you can run through all of the missions just with Ryu. You know what I mean? Like just play the missions as Ryu. You might be able to do that. I don't know. I haven't actually unlocked him yet, so we'll see.
And they are vastly different to the point where it's just not like clone Ryu.
Yes. Essentially, what it comes down to is this is co-developed between Platinum and Team Ninja. Essentially, Yakumo is the Platinum character. Ryu is your classic Ninja Gaiden character.
Oh.
If that makes any sense. So
it does. I follow.
Yes. It's kind of like how Dante and Virgil, like they exist in the same system and work in the same system, but they have very vastly different play styles. You know what I mean?
Makes sense. Got it. That's
with Yakumo, it's all about the hot swapping weapons, things like that, which I believe you can do with Ryu as well. He doesn't have as many weapons, but he can hot swap weapons too. His thing, I believe, is more of the ninjutsu magic. Again, I haven't unlocked him yet, so I'm not 100% on that. I think that's more his shtick this time. And then Yakumo is more about like blood rage and gauge and blah blah blah, and doing his, they call it the blood raven form, where he can like morph his weapons. Like he starts with dual swords, which is why I started doing dual swords in Neo 3, because like I just want to play Yakumo some more, because he's fucking cool. But like you can do blood raven mode, which is a ninjutsu, like a blood ninjutsu, where it combines it into an odachi. It's just like one big sword, and the way they do it in the game is when they like flash, like characters do like flash attacks kind of thing that you can break, and you have to use this blood raven mode. And each weapon has a slightly different one. Right now, we have a dual swords to become an odachi. I have a rapier type pokey stick lance thing that becomes a drill. And then there's a staff that becomes a hammer, a rocket powered hammer, blood rocket powered hammer.
Blood rocket powered hammer. Correct,
yeah.
right.
And then the 4th weapon in the base game is a ninjutsu box, which feels like they had more weapons from the original Ninja Gaiden to fit in, and they were like, fuck it, we'll just put it in one weapon. So he like throws ninja stars and bombs, and he like whips out the tonfa and shit like that. So it's a grab bag of weapons. Like he'll combo different weapons into each other with this box thing, and the Blood Raven form is just 2 fucking mechanical arms on his back that just chuck this stuff instead.
What the fuck?
It's crazy. And the DLC weapon is a small glaive stick type things. Reminds me of like the Diablo sticks. It just has like two hooks on the end of it like this, and he like spins it and he'll throw it sometimes and stuff too. And the Blood Raven form is a giant scythe, a double-bladed scythe. So it has a giant scythe on one end and then like a little dinky one on the other, but he like buzzsaws that shit and like round trips it and stuff. It's pretty cool.
You had me at the scythe, man.
Yeah,
that's okay.
It's pretty dope. Yep. So that's kind of their difference. And then Ryu is just what you would think of Ryu for Ninja Gaiden. But yeah, I'm moving along in those. So yeah.
What are the odds that the new From Software game is a Tenchi game? Tenchu?
The Dawnwalkers or whatever? That one?
No,
Dustbloods, whatever the fuck it's called.
No. That's no. Ugh, no.
You don't want you love this fucking Night Rain shit.
So listen, I had my time with Night Rain, okay? I got to depth 5.
I don't even know what that means. That's how much I played
I'm gonna explain it real quick. Real quick. I beat the game to the point where I had this moment where I was like, well, why? What am I getting out of playing this anymore? The intrinsic value was gone. And even the idea of what my favorite aspect in Elden Ring is just the co-op was so frustrating that it just wasn't even worth trying to play for fun anymore. You know what I mean? Sure. I played the shit out of it to get all the endings, to have the fun that I thought I was having. Yeah. But then at the end of it,
I've said it since the beginning, no matter how many arguments we've had about this fucking game. I've said it since the beginning. The characters themselves are not my issue with the game. I fucking love all of the characters. I love their abilities and stuff like that. Like that's never been my issue with the game. The co-op stuff specifically is my issue with this fucking game. And just the general play style of it. Like, I don't like this kind of roguelike just because, and again, you and I have had this conversation, but for the people at home who may not know, my main issue with this game is the same reason why I'm learning. I don't like going through Neo games the first time in co-op. I scrape the fuck out of these games for every little thing, and I feel like when I have people running around, I'm missing things and not learning enemies properly, and I feel rushed, and that's just not how I learn these games. And it's not that I don't enjoy playing with people, it's just it's not how I enjoy Souls games. You know what I mean? Like Souls-like games. I don't feel like I'm getting as much out of it, so it makes me feel like I have to repeat it more times when I'm with people the first time.
That totally valid, because I know that even if I were to be playing with somebody on a regular basis, like a team, you know, I still feel like I would get to that same point where, because it's just the natural course of the game. Like it's 2 maps now basically, and
it's like the DLC and the base one.
Right. And then there's no true end point anymore. You know what I mean? Like the point of the game is to continuously go on. And yet, and as much as that's possible in Elden Ring and Dark Souls, even then that feels like you can stop. You can just feel a sense of completion by getting all the endings.
The boss, that run is done.
Yeah, by doing all that shit. But in this one, you don't have that. Like the Dreadlord and Killster, they're dope. They're dope fights, but
you're roboting out a little bit.
I don't know. There's no finality. It just, to me, it just doesn't feel like a true end. And that's really lost when the game loses its allure to me. And in that same vein, what the Dust Bloods promises to be is more of that plus more. So like, it's just like that feels like something I'm not gonna get a Switch ever. So no,
and that's my big thing. Like I would play it if it was on PC or something. Like I bought Night Rain on fucking launch day. I absolutely would play Dust Bloods if it was on other things, which it may be eventually. I am not going to buy a Switch 2 for fucking Dust Bloods. Maybe. We'll see how it does. I mean, we didn't expect Elden Ring to be, and now we have the Switch edition of that coming out whenever the fuck it's coming out. So
true. The Tarnished edition, if that ever comes out, because
I'm assuming I don't know what they're fucking doing, but I just want the content on my end. That's all I want. I just want the fucking content. So
for now. We'll
For
see.
now, it'll give me an excuse to boot the fucking game back up without 100 mods attached to it at this point. So, because like that's where I'm at with the game. Where like if I do it again, I'm gonna throw on these fucking crazy like the whatever Warriors mod with like the crazy punching and all that shit. So.
Oh yeah. No, some
like
of these
the Virgil
mods
swords and all that stuff and all that
the
ridiculous
mods
shit.
are just ridiculous. They're just ridiculous.
So it would either be that or the Bloodborne mod that they did for Elden Ring. It's like Blood Ring or something like that.
Raceborn.
Raceborn. Yeah. There you go. That one.
Really
that
cool.
would be one of them. Yeah. I would turn it on for that. I would do a run in that. If you guys want to see that, let me know. We can do a run in that. We can see. Yeah. Raceborn would be cool. Because we tried. Oh, what is it? The full one is the unalloyed, but I don't remember what the actual mod is called that I used. It was another one of the add a bunch of different characters and different wands and stuff, and they added a whole bunch of spells. That's what I really liked about it.
Convergence. It was the Convergence mod.
Yes, Convergence. That's what it was. One of them, anyway. And Carrion Warriors. That's the mod I'm thinking of. That's the one with all the crazy fight styles that you can add, where it's like crazy Virgil katanas and punching, and they add a bunch of like DMC punch nonsense and stuff like that. So yeah, I think if I hard went through another run, it would be with one of those.
You should. The Graceborn for sure.
Graceborn would be pretty cool. Also, I just missed Bloodborne, so because we're never getting
because we're never gonna get a because what?
FromSoft apparently said no. So,
yeah, and I get it though. I get it, man. Like, why say yes? Everybody's telling you yes, do it, but they're not gonna reap the ultimate benefits. They might get the acknowledgement. They're gonna get, FromSoft's baby boy. You know what I mean? That's cool, but they don't need that right now. You know what I mean? Like,
one, I think they've just gotten between like Dust Bloods and whatever else they're working on. This thing you were talking about, the might be Tenchu, whatever. I would also love another episode R, since we just got Armored Core. I would love another Century episode. That would be fucking cool. That's FromSoft, if you guys didn't know. That's their mech game, their other mech game. Usually it's like a giant crossover, like Super Robot kind of thing. Nice. So I would love that. But Tenchu, yeah, I'm on ninja mode because of Neo right now, so I'm down for that too. As long as I get the doctor. Just give me the doctor. That's all that matters.
The needle, man.
The needle doctor. Yeah.
Oh, so mean to watch.
Just give me Tenchu Z2. I want to make my own fucking character. Let me do that again. I put so many goddamn hours in that game. It's disgusting.
Could you imagine with the sliders from Elden Ring, Tenchu game?
Yes, I can, because the precursor to that was fucking Tenchu Z. It was insane. Did you ever play Tenchu Z?
No. Yeah, I know the story is
you're the Rikimaru's fucking student. That's the story. That's all you need to know. That's all that matters.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. For some reason, I remember this really super edgelord villain though.
There's always some kind of super edgelord fucking villain, but doesn't matter. You're Rikimaru's fucking student. He's the clan ninja village leader. And I think Ayane, is that her name? The girl? Ayane. Yeah. She pops up doing like a shopkeeper thing or something. I don't remember. Didn't matter, because that's not what I was there for. I was there to unlock skills, and eventually you can there was a light meter. I thought it was the coolest fucking thing ever. So you are more noticeable when your sword is drawn because it's silver.
Oh,
you were okay. So you had like a noticeable meter, right? And in the day, there was a couple missions that took place during the day. If you were just running around willy-nilly, you were super noticeable, but it would go down if you were crouched. And then when you go into bushes, it would go all the way down. You would also have noise, and you would see a little pulse in the thing, if I remember correctly, on your UI. It would pulse. Eventually, you would get upgrades that made you silent when you ran. And it would also give you upgrades where you painted your sword black. So if you drew the sword, because you'd have to keep it sheathed until you did an assassination. And if you drew the sword, you can just run around with that shit out, doing whatever. It was so goddamn cool. And eventually, I got this thing called the Badger Run, which is literally a fucking sprint, like all out sprint at a person. And
you call it a Badger Run.
Full sprint, like full ninja dash. And once you had all these upgrades, you could literally hit someone from like 50 feet away, just immediate assassination. You just dash, done. And I was like, oh, this is cool, because you couldn't do it without the upgrades. Like someone would see you, you'd be too loud, you couldn't actually get the assassination. But once you had like the silent run and all that stuff, you could just do this dash and just take people out like crazy. It was so cool. And there was all kinds of other like substitution jutsus and stuff like that you can unlock. Tenchu Z is fucking amazing, and I feel like no one played that game but me.
I guess not, because I remember 2 at tops, and I remember that being fucking challenging as it is.
Yeah,
And
Wrath of Heaven was amazing.
Wrath of Heaven, that was the one.
Wrath
Yeah,
of Heaven is
Wrath of
fucking amazing. That's the one with the doctor. But yeah, Tenchu Z, I easily put the most time into because you had completely customizable armor too. You can customize how your character looked, and it didn't really affect stats. And I don't even think there was stats to affect. There wasn't no like leveling up. It was just like equipment kind of thing that you leveled up and like skills. So it was fucking cool.
I would have to try it.
I remember it got to the point where I knew the glitch in this one level where you could jump through the level to get to the fucking samurai general you had to assassinate that normally is in one of the like the fucking yeah, he's normally in one of these like they make walls but really they're just paper fucking, you know, the generals always sit there like paper or camps, whatever you want to call them. It was literally you could jump into this like there's a little cliff like this and you could jump into like at the right angle, get through underneath and just pop up and kill the general. And it would make the level 2 minutes long as opposed to fighting like all the way through this thing.
That shit sounds like it's on purpose.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I don't know, but I thought I was the coolest fucking person in the world because I knew that shit. And I was like, let's go. And it got to where I was playing with people that would only do that when we played that level. And I was like, I love this. So
you guys, you are my people.
You are my people.
I never played that. I should though.
You should. I believe it was only on the 360 since you busted out the 360. You could probably find a copy. I think it was only on there. Yeah. I don't think it ever came on PS3. I could be wrong, but I don't think it ever did. I played it on the 360. I knew that.
Tenchu Z 360. Yeah.
Tenchu Z. Yep.
What? Bro,
fucking cool.
I can swing that.
Yeah.
Dude. All right.
Yeah.
I can get a copy of that.
Yeah. You could probably just buy it off the store too if the store's still open.
It's literally $20. Like,
yeah.
That ain't bad.
Like you find it on some you probably still find it like GameStop somewhere. Like I feel like they still have some fucking 360 games if the company's not literally on, if GameStop's not literally on fire, you know.
you guys got any 360 games? They're gonna look at me like, what?
Yeah, I mean the kids working there probably won't know what a 360 is at this point, but you know.
Are we really that well, speaking
maybe not
of
that
stuff,
old, but
speaking of new stuff that sucks, that's based on old stuff that's great.
Listen, what a segue. Holy hell. The topic of today's conversation is Reboot the Guardian Code. It is a tokusatsu that is on Netflix.
Guys.
What did you think of Reboot the Guardian Code? Because you texted me something
analogy,
that made me scared. I'm going to be honest.
So, like, it's what I've come to learn, actually, since that message, is this show. Remember how... I got it. Okay. You've been having quite a tizzy with Ari lately, right? Or whatever the hell his name is.
Enzo.
Enzo.
Yes.
No. Excuse me. I'm talking about the Devil May Cry guy.
Oh, Adi Shankar.
Adi.
Yes.
So, what we know now about that man is
I'm so glad you're bringing this up because I thought about this today. I know exactly what you're about to say.
It has a lot to do with what we just experienced.
Yes.
Everything to do with it.
Everything.
And I am like, did we do this on purpose?
I'm
like,
so glad you came to this conclusion as well.
Is there some kind of cosmic force that is like drawing us to create this vitriol for these wielders of power who do nothing but squander and shit and bitch, and it all boils down to one little thing. Their dads didn't love them.
No.
They never got hugs. They were never told no. Mm-hmm. They're just spoiled little fucks that do nothing but want their toys and want nobody else to have anything.
So I'm going to start with the Adi Shankar stuff because it'll become more apparent when we talk about Guardian Code. So if you guys don't know, they announced the second season of DMC2, or DMC, I should say, the Netflix DMC adaptation. What's up, Gary? We already talked about the new Red and Warriors, actually. We're going to do a whole episode on it eventually. I think we're going to wait. We're not really going to talk about it week to week right now. But when we watched it, we did cover the show on here.
We did.
We covered the first season of Devil May Cry.
In good faith, too, bro. We did. In good faith, not knowing what we knew.
So I specifically, even in the Discord, you guys can join the Discord and see all these ridiculous conversations that we have. Which, speaking of, I need to remember to do the question. We're gonna do the question before we leave. Don't get me wrong. We're gonna absolutely do it.
That'll wrap the show. That'll wrap
the show. We're gonna do that.
Yeah.
If you guys want questions answered, join the Patreon. You get a whole access to a thread where we just answer the questions. So DMC, the entire debate, what this came down to was, do I still watch Castlevania because this guy's a shithead? And how do I know he's a shithead is he went to the fucking presidential inauguration party. That enough for me is to be a shithead where I don't want to deal with it.
Anybody who bought a ticket, got a ticket, and went, you can fuck right off.
Yeah, like I don't want anything to fucking do with you. And especially the farther we get into this fucking administration, that's a whole other conversation for a different podcast we don't do.
Later.
Bye. But either way, fuck that. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with your shit. So the running joke in the Discord by one, he goes by Sean now, but you know, he the running joke in the Discord is that I just opened up the Riot client by accident. That's how upset I am.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just he wants me to hate watch DMC2, and I don't know if I even want to hate watch DMC2 because
but if you do that, he wins. Like
that's the thing
whole
too.
thing,
Like he wins
the
money.
thing about these guys, it's not just the money. It's really the money is nice, but really they want the attention.
Yeah.
They want even getting cursed at, whatever attention they can garner from it makes
clout.
them feel
literal
good.
clout.
And I don't understand.
No.
My biggest problem is like for these people who desire love, if you would only understand that you would get layers of it if you would just do the right thing.
Yeah.
You would get layers of it. And no good deed goes unpunished, of course. But my point is, this is not your toy.
No.
This is a toy that belongs to everyone. Yes. It's only your turn with it right now because you have the biggest toy box.
Not even.
So,
you should have the biggest fucking mouth. That's all it is. Clearly.
Yeah,
and there's a whole
away from everybody.
This is a whole fantastic video I put in the Discord. I'm not going to go into the whole thing because it's like a 2-hour video. It's a whole fucking thing, and it devolves into a disastrous adaptation that is the DMC cartoon. And then it just devolves into who the fuck is Adi Shankar and how does he keep getting attached to all these projects? And when you look at his entire resume, all these things he's credited with, it's always producer or executive producer. And the fact that that is such a bullshit used for negotiating terms title that like 90% of the time they don't actually do anything on productions. And there is a litany of evidence of people coming forward and saying Adi Shankar had very little, if anything, to do with it. Now, DMC is a little bit different because I believe he did actually write some of DMC. And it just goes to show that, like, from the few things that he has actually taken part in, they're fucking garbage. They're absolute fucking trash garbage. And I remember specifically on this show being like, you know, it's a dumb turn your brain off thing. When we first watched it, I was like, you know, it's stupid. It's not what I like. It's not DMC, but like turn your brain off. It's an okay show, I guess. And then by the time we actually recorded the episode, I remember like foaming and being upset at this fucking thing because like the longer I sat with it, the more I was like, no, I fucking hate this. I fucking hate it because you ruined all of the beautiful things in DMC that you didn't need to ruin.
He did. He gave what the idea of his story, and I don't even understand the story, to be honest. Like I get, let me put it to you like this. The fact that I don't understand the story in something that story was already presented to us is insane. Even if it's, oh, this didn't happen until XYZ time frame. You didn't even use the characters. You didn't even use the motivations of these characters.
I was gonna say they use the characters and like the events of the characters, but they completely missed the mark of why those events were important.
Virgil, man. Virgil alone. what they're trying to do with the first image that he gives you of Virgil is so counter to his character is automatically, what are you doing?
You mean Nello Angelo as his devil trigger?
No, God damn it. Ah.
My personal favorite is using devil trigger for the song when he first uses devil trigger.
Mhm.
Devil trigger is Nero's theme song. Dante has literally 7 other fucking theme songs to choose from. And on top of that, not only did they just pick not Ruben, which is fine. I came to learn from this video actually that Ruben went a little nuts, but that's a whole other thing.
Haven't we all?
But like, instead of just casting either a sound-alike or just someone else, they chose specifically Nero's voice actor, who is a established character.
Yeah.
So like, having Johnny Young Bosch, and like, opinions of him aside, we've talked ad nauseum of Johnny Young Bosch at this point. I know he's your favorite voice actor, and like, I don't have as much of an issue with him as you do. It's just, other than that one time, it was kind of weird between us. But, you know, listen, I'm just saying, I don't know if he was tired. I don't know what it was, but like, you didn't have to blow me off like that. That's fine. You just,
I'm sure that's not who he is. I'm sure that's not who he is.
According to everyone I've ever talked to, it's not. So I don't know. Maybe he's just on an off day. Whatever. It's fine. I don't care. I genuinely don't care. But like,
I say it, and I say it with all my heart. People are still fucking people.
They are, absolutely. But my problem is, Nero is my favorite character to play in Devil May Cry. Mm-hmm. Bar none. He is my favorite character to play as in Devil May Cry 5. I think he is so perfect in that. And I like him as Nero a lot. I do like Johnny Young Bosch as Nero. I think he makes the character what it is, kind of like how Ruben made Dante what he is. So to hear Johnny Young Bosch as Dante, even though he's supposed to be young, and apparently that's the common argument, like he's just young Dante, so it's why they sound the same. There's difference of sounding similar and sounding the fucking same. And like, Johnny Young Bosch just does the Nero voice for Dante. That's all he's doing. So like,
no, that's not fair. Johnny Young Bosch is just doing Johnny Young Bosch.
That's fine. I don't,
and that's my point.
Eureka 7, Trigun, Ichigo, like that, they all sound the same. That's okay. I get it. He has one thing, he does it well. Steer into it. Make that cash. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
it's fine.
Does it well?
He's fine. He's a good voice actor. But you're fucking insane about weird things like that. So,
I'm just being asked. He's all right, but he has no range, and that's just the point.
And that's fine. And like I said, you know, personal opinions aside, fucking make that money. If that's your one shtick and steer into it, make that fucking money. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
absolutely, man.
It's just, when you are an established, it'd be one thing if he was like a bit character. Like Peter Capaldi was essentially a bit character in Doctor Who before he became the Doctor. That's not as jarring to me, and it could potentially set up just being the Doctor, like some lore things. Johnny Young Bosch voicing Dante does not set anything up, especially over the course of this fucking show that knows nothing about goddamn DMC or how to use any of it, or is literally just, cool thing happened, go boom. And Adi being like, ha 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 ha.
Lady, alone what they did with Lady. Like,
we're not going to talk about it. Go watch the video. I put it
actually,
in Discord.
We're not going to talk about it because that's not what we came here to talk about. We came here to sell you on some stuff, on some lies.
The point is, taking a franchise and with Adi specifically, they're telling us, you know, we're just going to open up the backstory a little bit. Nothing is going to change. And then they fucking lie to our face in his fucking goddamn crow makeup and shit. Oh my God, he's a fucking tool. He's such a fucking tool. I'm getting heated already. We got to move on. The point is, we're talking about Reboot Guardian Code. So this is a 2018 series by the people who hold the rights to Reboot, which is one of the most beloved franchises of all time that like no one really talks about anymore, and that's a crime, honestly.
It set the standard for CG shows.
Literally.
There was one CG show that came before, but it wasn't a full-length show, and they didn't have the level of intricacy for the characters as Reboot. So
and remember, yes, Toy Story came out I think the year after, but they had infinitely more money than Reboot had.
So like and one of the things that I watched was like very strenuous on the early years of this production.
Yes.
And given that that was the case, they were generating this show out of hotel rooms, out of bathrooms, out of back rooms, with like the equivalent of thousands of dollars of equipment at a to go rate.
Yeah.
So it had to be mobile and it had to be sturdy. So yeah, comparatively speaking, when you look at Toy Story, you're having an office of production quality Disney.
Like you have a
money.
render farm. These guys had a fucking office with 6 computers to figure it out. You know what I mean?
So yeah. So this show basically takes the nostalgia factor, and much like Adi did for Devil May Cry, they take that nostalgia bait and they give you something that he had dreamt up years before, sold, had created, produced, and was a legitimate show that he just rehashed into this Guardian Code thing.
So I didn't know that. I don't know much about the production part of this. But to say it's nostalgia driven is crazy to me, because nostalgia would imply that there was some kind of love and tact attached to it, other than let's just slap the Reboot logo on 100 fucking things and call it a day.
Well, they did integrate 6 characters
for one episode. Yeah, for one episode.
Right.
Yeah.
So like they integrated 6 characters for one episode. So nostalgia
I'm sorry.
is
6 characters. 4 of them were one episode. My bad.
So nostalgia is truly the only thing that the Reboot title can even lay claim to.
Yes. No. So this show 1000% is relying on Reboot before the Guardian Code. That's what it's relying on. It's
right.
But this is listening to the Super Wolves podcast, which is kind of how my interest in this all started. They describe it very, very well as like some executive wanted to make something for their kid, and they just happened to have the rights to Reboot. So they were like, here you go, Johnny. I mean, Aaron. I mean, Adam. I mean.
So, all right. So, okay, hear me out.
Yeah.
You didn't finish the show, right?
Well.
Oh.
So I watched the first 5 episodes.
Right.
Jumped to the last episode of season 1.
Oh.
Watched the first episode of season 2, and then jumped to the last 2 episodes.
I didn't even make it to season 2.
So I just want, and you know what I missed? Literally fucking nothing. Literally, because I watched the first 5 in good faith. Trying to be like, I know I'm going to hate this, but let's try and find something to enjoy.
Before that.
Yeah.
Based on what you know now, give me the basic premise of the show.
I mean, it's Power Rangers.
Okay. 4 kids chosen by four
teenagers with attitude. Yep.
Chosen to go into the system to fight viruses.
Yeah.
Right.
Fight a dark leader that has unknown origins and essentially comes out of a fucking dumpster, but not really. He just kind of lives in one. So
this in 2014, there was a show called MP Force.
MP Force.
Yep, I just dropped a screen of it. Now, technically Toku, because what you just described is the premise of this show.
Is it by the same person?
The same creator.
Michael Hefferson or whatever? Hefferon?
Same creator. Took this premise
and just made a live action version, essentially?
Made a way to finagle the rights of Reboot, shoved this premise through that filter, and gave us that show.
Beyond real. I hate the way they spell Force. I hate it. It's it's MP4 with Orse attached to the end of it because computers.
Yeah. Fucking A, man. So mind you, it's exactly the same where even I don't even want to debate like episode per episode, but it breaks down in the same way. All right. All I'm going to say is knowing that gave me such bitter vitriol for everything that happens that I only made it to episode 8 and I can't and I will not.
No, that's fine.
Will not watch anymore.
That's fine. So just for the premise in general.
Right.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Finish your thought.
No.
Like you couldn't.
No. Yeah, so I couldn't finish it and I won't, but understanding that, now I know that this could be true. This pattern of these, I don't even want to say, okay, remember in the 90s where we had a bunch of like, you know, license retaining movies just for the sake of fucking retaining? I feel like this is the era of that. And with titles that we hold more dear. You know what I mean? So like I don't have a lot of faith anymore in iterations.
I think it's more a case of not necessarily hanging on to the title. It was, oh, we have this in the dustbin. Let's slap this name on it and hope we get something out of it. Like, right. I feel like the Reboot name was literally to pitch it to Netflix. You know what I mean?
Intentionally and on purpose, deliberately, with no true intention on delivering on anything Reboot, because anything Reboot is truly relegated to those 6 characters that we talked about. Mm-hmm. And then they had the audacity to even cast somebody who sounds like Tony J. Like,
well, Tony J's dead, to be fair.
I know, but my point is that you even have the balls to get somebody who can try to sound like him. Like, you should have just fucking hired Manny from the closet. You know what I mean? Like, it's the balls that you tried.
Though, like, I kind of like.
It's a good take.
I was gonna say, like, that Megabyte voice is one of my favorite things in the show.
The best thing of the show is that guy's Megabyte take. Like, the only thing is that he can't, like,
he doesn't have the we were talking about with Madara, the fucking like presence that Tony J had, you know what I mean? Like, he has the boominess, he has the assertiveness. It's just Tony J has this energy behind it, this presence.
So like, it's like when I think I talked about Troy Baker doing the Hamill thing. You know what I mean? It's easy to imitate let me say this cautiously. It is easier for them, I assume, to simply imitate the voice than to put themselves in the creation where those inflections differ.
Yes, he was trying to sound like Tony J, not do his take on Megabyte. Yes.
Right.
But like, that actor is very good. So like, I don't want to take away from like we were saying, that actor did a fantastic job as Megabyte. It's just, it could have been a lot, especially because he gets an upgrade in the show, for like a modern upgrade. They could have had him kind of take his own direction with it a little more, not just sound like Tony J too.
But that being the case, I believe they got all the original voice actors back.
Yes, Bob is Bob. I can tell you that. Right. Enzo is Enzo, or the first Enzo.
That being the case, he did an amazing job, and Timothy E. Brummond, I think his name is,
something like that. Yeah.
Yep. Fantastic job, sir.
Try to fill impossibly large shoes. You know what I mean?
You are the highlight of this show.
Yes,
that's what I'll give you. Please understand that my hatred is not because you stood in front of a microphone.
No, and none of the voice actors, even the old ones, obviously, because they have the whole fucking old show. They're working with the whatever fucking hollow husk goddamn cicada shell that was put in front of them. Also, I will say, now that you point out this MP Force, since we're talking about Adi, do you remember? Did you watch all of that DMC video?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
So at one point, Foxcade talks about Adi's actual other productions, kind of like this. So one thing I noticed from these people that talk big and just kind of take people's homework and turn it in as their own for the credit, that's literally what's going on with Adi, just so you guys know. So you can enjoy Castlevania mildly, at least Nocturne, not so much the original, because Warren Ellis is a whole other conversation. Yeah, Warren Ellis isn't a great guy either. Sorry, friends. Yeah. There's a lot of sexual assault things in there. It's fine. It's not fine. Oh,
not fine. It's not fine.
But Nocturne separates from both of them, is my point. Nocturne may have Adi's name on it, but he has nothing to do with it. And either does Warren Ellis. So you can, for now, until something else comes out at least, you can enjoy Nocturne relatively guilt-free. So
Why do we have to say that? Why do we have to add that onto something else?
Because it's 2026, man. There's an entire fucking file of this shit of people eating and humping
like
kids.
It's not like we're living in a world that's being held up by fucking manners and courtesy, because legitimately that's it anymore.
Oh my god. But my point was, I've noticed that they take these, they'll have a single nugget idea that they think is like their fucking white elephant, right? And they try and mold it and morph it into 100 different things till they think it works. And Adi did the same shit, whether it was taking credit or just taking the shit ideas where he essentially did like a Justice League, but like Injustice, where it's like darker and you know, the boys violent kind of thing and like edgy. Nice. It's literally the first Suicide Squad movie. I mean, the second one's fucking edgy and annoying too. I don't know, James Gunn's whatever. It's I'm not talking about that again. I'm tired of talking about that, man.
No, we can get into that later.
But it's the same kind of thing, right? Like that first Suicide Squad was like, let's just edge it up. Meh. That's Adi's shit. He just takes the same fucking story and goes, let's edge it up. Meh.
He's a dude bro. He's a wannabe dude bro.
He's a dude bro who acts like he's fucking anti-establishment when he steers the hardest into the establishment as possible.
Exactly.
And so this fucking whatever Guardian Code shit, honestly, if they didn't slap Reboot on it, I kind of would have been into this a little more.
Really?
Yes. I mean, so like the stuff in the actual computer is kind of dope.
Okay, let's separate that and let's talk about that. So the Toku aspect is pretty decent.
Yeah.
The way that the computers, the way that they go into the cyber realm, whatever we're calling it. What do they call it?
Cyberspace.
I think they call it the net. Whatever.
Yeah, it's cyberspace. It's the cloud. They literally go into the fucking cloud through this Tron teleporter.
Like I know I'm up there. So a lot of the reminiscent of when the shows used to go into the web, it really held that nostalgia factor, because the way that they edited that flowed pretty good with the way that the character models are rendered. Nothing really looks out of place when they do the CG stuff.
Yeah,
it's really like
it just
it's
like
really because
just ignoring the Reboot shit for a minute. Like let's just take that off the top.
Because they're talking about Cyber Locust, and like a lot of the stuff has to do with like homages to the actual mainframe. Like they're even in the city at one point, but it's dead. Like
so let me summarize how they treat.
Is good. The Toku aspect is good, but not enough that the show can fucking call itself Reboot. You know what I mean?
So like this show, if we haven't really, I don't think we've really explained like what the premise of the show is. Essentially,
there is no. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, all right,
there's four kids that are high school kids that are really good at this mobile game called the Guardian Code, I believe is actually what the game's fucking called. And it turns out that they are the top 4 ranked players, and they are all come together at this tech high school type thing. I think it's like a specialty high school. Alan Turing High School. I think. Yeah,
literally Alan Turing High School.
Yeah, I think it's a tech school kind of thing, like MIT for high school. Is the idea anyway. So all these kids meet up at high school. One's a TikToker. I'm just gonna call it. They can't say TikTok, but she's a fucking TikToker. One kid is the brains. One kid is the sporty kid, and then the other kid is the main character. He's literally fucking Ryan from VR Troopers. His dad disappeared. We don't know what happened to him. $20 if you can guess correctly what it is, because I'm sure you're right. It's not a surprise.
They don't even try. They don't even try to hide it.
And if you have seen anything more than like 3 TV shows, you can guess the ending to this show. And I'm sure you can guess it, and you're right.
Oh my god! So yeah, all right.
So we'll play that.
Let me know when.
We'll play that.
Let me know.
Yeah.
And okay.
So like I said, I've seen the ending. I know how this ends, and God. But like, so these kids go into cyberspace to stop the sorcerer, who is this evil guy, kind of like Alex from fucking Gridman, because I just kept thinking about Gridman the whole time. Honestly,
it's not spelt like the wizard sorcerer. No, it's spelled source,
like source code.
Source. When I read that, I was like, wait, no.
And he works off like the Matrix fucking screensaver.
with like Cheeto dust and roaches running on his shit. It is just the grungiest 90s hackers setup.
Yeah.
Like you would get tetanus fucking with this guy's keyboard. And he's there,
teeth.
mind you, the guy's got rotted teeth, and he makes it an emphasis of speaking very passionately about everything. Like
the dark code.
The dark code. Okay. What is the dark code? Why is the dark code?
Plot. It's plot.
Right.
Because let me tell you, when you have at one point, I don't know if the episodes you saw, they introduce a government branch that specializes in cybersecurity. Did you see that? The DIS?
No.
Let me tell you how ridiculous they all sound staring at these Matrix like screensavers going, the dark code is everywhere. The Guardian code is there. We have to isolate it. And then they're looking at these fucking code things go across the screen and they're like, the code is moving. We have to isolate it. And I was like, you are government officials and this is more real than I appreciate right now. This is crazy. Like you have no idea what you're fucking talking about. This is insane.
Which is practically accurate to today. So yes.
Yeah.
Pretty much
a little close to home. And I was like, I am now uncomfortable. Did the Guardian code predict the future in 2018? Is that what just happened? God damn it.
Do we give them credit for the reboot element though? Like
no.
No. Okay.
No.
We're not going to give them credit for it.
No.
So let's talk about just the reboot moment then. The kids aside. These actors still have the voices. Hexadecimal, you could hear the age in her voice, but her cadence,
she's a fucking queen. I don't care. Does not matter.
Is every bit as brilliant as it was fucking 30, 20 years ago, whatever the fuck it's been.
But here's the problem. Okay, finish your thought before I fucking poo-poo all over this.
It was pulling back to nostalgia bait, okay. and that is fine. The only reason that
she's a fucking queen. She can do whatever she wants, honestly.
It's so true. So yeah, I mean, honestly, it's to have that moment, or to at least experience it, because Bob literally shoots off the intro monologue, and it's just like, did they really just port that into the movie?
Bruh.
Like,
he just says it like in casual conversation, and they're like, "Hey, Bob," and he's still just going. Like, so if you guys don't know, the beginning is pretty iconic. My name is Bob. I come from the net. My code, Guardian. To mend and defend. And my man, this is the intro to because the first season is very much Saturday morning cartoon. So like it runs through, and the cool thing is with the show, they change it up slightly throughout the seasons. We'll get into that later, because I need to palate cleanse when we're done talking about this fucking Guardian code shit.
I get it.
But he just robot says the whole fucking intro to these kids, and the kids are even like, what is happening right now? They're like, what are you talking, dude? What? Hello? And he's like, but we have to mend and defend.
And it's season 1, Bob, and even then,
because
like,
it's the same
season
actor too.
1. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's that's what I was like. Damn, that's so cool. But why?
Because they explain it in the show.
Well,
you don't remember, so
no,
because it's the.
But I do know. I do know that the actors aren't their characters.
No.
So that they also changed the character.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Nothing is. Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Take your time.
So the perfect.
It's okay.
Fuck.
Carl, it's over. We're just talking about it now. You don't have to do it again.
Let me tell you. So there's one episode where they go to fucking mainframe, and this is the perfect metaphor for what they think of fucking Reboot, right? They go to mainframe, which is supposed to be this. I always thought it was like a game console or a computer, because in the original show, games come down over the city and they have to beat the user at these games, or a sector of their hometown is nullified and destroyed. And that adds a presence to every time you hear game incoming, you're like, oh fuck. Especially those first couple seasons, it's like whoa, whoa. Especially when we get later into that. Yeah. A game's incoming. Oh god, a game's incoming.
Yeah.
Especially by the third season. Game incoming is terrifying.
Third season, well, except for Enzo, that fucking
Well,
psychopath.
that's why it's terrifying. But we'll get. I need the palate cleanse, please.
Right. Okay. All right. So yes. Okay.
They boot up mainframe. Why? They find it behind their fucking Iron Man arc reactor shit. It's just in the wall.
What?
You don't remember this? You don't remember this?
It's behind it's behind a locker thing. Like,
so yes.
It's behind a wall.
The entire thing. What? This is like the 5th episode. The entire time these kids walk up and step on these lights, they just fucking phaser beam into cyberspace into their spacesuits, right? Okay, that's fine. I would have put $1,000 on like it's just a wall in front of them. They randomly cut to like, oh, there's like 10 feet behind this thing. And there's just like a whole empty stage there. And this kid goes, what's this? And he opens up like a panel locker and it's mainframe.
Yeah.
Because
mainframe.
Because the Zordon of the show is like the beeping, beeping, beeping. I gotta find them. They're in real space, in cyberspace. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Zira is weird.
She's not fine.
She's not quite Alpha 5 enough to be Alpha 5.
She's doing the Siri voice, and the weird fucking chicken neck thing weirds me out. I don't like it.
What is that? What is
so
this
every
fucking...
time? So Vera is this nav computer.
Sorry.
Vera, yes, is this
Vera.
nav AI thing that they meet when they first go to the Codec, which is their base ship inside the space that they teleport into. I'm not going to say the game because it's not a fucking game anymore. No. They play one game, and it's one that they've used in the old show. It's ridiculous. I'm so upset about this show.
I don't blame you.
So in the very first episode, they activate this bio developer 3D printer thing, and she is forced into a human body for reasons. I don't fucking know. Whatever. Let's just, my brain, I was just like, we're going to try and find something cool. We're going to try and, because it has Reboot on it. I'm going to try and find something cool here.
Nothing.
So
nothing at all.
When she's still an AI program just inside of like a flesh suit. But when she does this like AI bot stuff where she's like talking to computers and accessing the internet, she does this like chicken head thing. And
it's like a weird. So it's implied that she can't return to the digital realm.
She literally says, "I'm not allowed to now." Like, I don't. What? Yeah.
Okay. It just doesn't make.
This is the live action reboot. Yeah, the 2018 show.
There was the very first episode ends with the stinger of a hand emerging from a biotank, and it's implied
then they resolve that in the first 2 minutes of the next episode.
And then it's just the reasoning made no sense.
No, because they activated it when they first found the room, and that's it. Shut up. That's the reasoning, literally. So they find Mainframe because she's detecting them in cyberspace. And yeah, she was the one in the tube, by the way, if you didn't figure that out. Yeah,
it just serves no purpose. It serves no purpose.
This was the Bio 3D printer that I feel like could have come in handy many times in the rest of the show, but we're not going to talk about that. Fuck it, we've moved on. I
thought for sure. Go ahead.
So they find Mainframe in the fucking wall, which apparently is a server, because
it's a server?
The greasiest motherfucker I've ever seen in my life, who lives in his mom's basement with all of the Reboot merchandise. He has a giant statue of Mike the Sprite, fucking hanging out. Huh?
It gets meta?
Bro, he's the user.
Wait,
from the original show. He's the fucking user.
What?
Did you not see this episode?
No, I stopped at like 6 or 7.
You saw this episode. This was like the 5th episode.
This is
where they go to Mainframe. It's that episode where they meet Bob and them.
Oh my god! You're right. I blanked on it.
This dude comes out of the bathroom, literally belching.
He's got a mic thing in the background. Yes. Oh my god!
He's got He's got like posters of Bob in his basement.
Oh fuck!
See, he's the ultimate Reboot fan, and he comes to go. Oh, it's been so long since I've played on the Mainframe server, and then he goes, "Mom, I can't wait to tell Mom the show. She won't be disappointed." And I was like, "This is what you think of Reboot. This is literally what you think. You think it's a disgusting trash garbage, and you're doing something better by it when it's beloved by many, many people."
This is the point of why when these creatures get a hold of our shit, there should be a way to stop them. There has to be a way to stop them.
My man just looks like Seth Rogen, except they couldn't afford Seth Rogen. So they were like, hey, just be the crustiest, grossest Seth Rogen you can be. And we'll go with that. And that's literally what it is. And so they play, I forget what fucking game it is. I think it's
a space game.
It's one of the games. They played it in the original. I don't remember what game it is, because at this point I'm just so fucking pissed off at what I'm looking at right now.
How did you finish this shit? How?
Oh, like I said, I skipped like 10 fucking episodes. It's 20
how did you make
episodes
it
long,
back?
so it's only 2 seasons, guys. They're 10 episodes apiece. I watched the first 5, got pissed off at that episode. I was like, I'm just gonna see how the season ends. Season ends exactly how everything else. Oh, Hex comes back. That's how the season fucking ends. The next season. So here's the thing, right? Hexadecimal, her whole shtick is this is how this whole conversation started with you and I. You realize your love of the mask change came from fucking Hexadecimal. It is 1994, and they are figuring out when we're using like Windows 95 fucking computers and Apple IIs and shit, how to like move her hand in front of things. So Hexadecimal never actually changes her mask in the show. You never see her like once or twice, maybe you'll see her like do this the first time she's introduced. Yeah. But after that, she swipes her hand, she turns, looks, the camera cuts, and she looks back, and they hide the mask change. This show does not care enough to even hide the mask change. Her face is just snapping.
Oh, God.
Like, it's so at one point in the show, Bob heals her and her face moves normal. So she can just.
And they fucked that up.
No, yeah. So this is the original show, right? Like they just moves normal. You could at least do that when you bring Hexadecimal back. You could at least do that. No, didn't even care enough to do that. They went. I am convinced someone watched like 2 episodes of the first fucking season and went, I get it. Nope, I got it. Cool.
Like considering how much extra it took to generate movement to begin with, they had to do this for this character. Not even had to. They chose to do this for this character. Like
it also just adds to her character, right? Like that's a subtle thing that you can just do because she's a very, very talk with her hands, bombastic character. Because that's her thing, chaos. So when they started doing that, between that and this fucking basement guy who is like, I am the user, I was like, this fucking show, we're done. We're fucking done. So you go to the end of the first season. Megabyte finds his sister. Yes, they're brother and sister, Hexadecimal and Megabyte. Finds his sister, which they actually explain in the original show, which is fantastic. Yeah. Everything in the original show is so goddamn good.
So much better, bro. Yes. So much better.
And you find out that the one kid, Parker, starts to have a crush on Vera because he's the brain. So of course he does. He has a crush on the robot girl. Because of course.
That's not weird. That's not weird at all.
That's not weird at all. It's fine. They're all in high school. Don't worry about it. Don't ask questions. But Vera and the jock kid, who is like the brute character in the game, who obviously I thought was kind of cool, start like hanging out, and I don't remember why, honestly. I watched the one episode where they explained it like 3 episodes later. I can't even remember. I feel like she was just helping with homework. She was helping tutor him or something like that. Like it was one of those the kids getting jealous for no reason sort of thing. So the first season starts. Sure, they get like vehicle upgrades and stuff. They get, the one kid had the zip board the whole time, but they all get like a glider. The ninja girl gets a glider. Parker gets this like fucking flight disc thing that he just fucking drives. And then the jock kid just gets fucking jetpack. I was like, why didn't they all just get a jetpack? But okay, that's fine. Because don't ask questions. Shut up. And we have come to learn at this point, there's these orbs hidden throughout cyberspace that have Adam's the dad. Aaron? What's the main kid's name? Fucking Carter. Doesn't matter. His last name's Carter. The main kid, his dad, who is dead, by the way, or so we think. Yeah. If you're not 5.
Right.
His dad is dead, so far as this character knows, and his memories are on these orbs that they find. They're video files. And they go into Megabyte's castle that he has taken over. Literally, it's a tower defense game that he just took the castle over of. I thought that was kind of clever, actually. And he like makes a whole army out of like the little fucking dudes that are supposed to be defending it and stuff. It was clever.
That's a Megabyte move.
It was a very Megabyte thing to do. But they try to go into his castle and they find another one. They end up leaving it there because they're trying to just get out. And what is up, everyone? Hi. Sorry, I'm kind of ignoring the chat because I'm getting heated talking about this fucking shit. But so eventually Hexadecimal comes and she wears it as a necklace, and Ninja Girl and Hex kind of have a thing where like that's the rivalry for like 2 episodes because she's terrified of Hexadecimal, and I was like, that's cool. Are we going to get some character here? The next episode she just turns invisible and that's it. I don't she fights Hex. That's how that's resolved. She turns invisible and fights Hex cuz she's the Ninja Girl.
Okay.
Because
sure.
These Guardian Code dudes are literally the fucking Anthem mech suits. They're the exosuits from Anthem. Like literally that's the 4. You get the Colossus, the Ranger, the fucking Wizard, and then the Ninja one. That's literally what these things are. And like again, strip the reboot part off. Like if we just got rid of that 5th episode with the dude in the basement, I honestly would have enjoyed the show a lot more because I would have been like, okay, fine, there's some reboot shit in here, but like whatever. Because a lot of the first season is them just fighting Megabyte. You know what I mean? Like, and that's fine. It's Megabyte Adventures. It's the first season again. It's oh no, Megabyte's up to no good. Let's stop him and do some weird CG stuff and wear Tron outfits. They also do the Iron Man helmet thing that looks fucking terrible. I'm so tired of looking at it.
Yeah, the cuts with the inside the mask and the digital reading and all that.
Yeah, the HUD layout. I'm so tired of it. It's fine. It was fun in 2009. I'm done.
It never looked good. It never did.
It was never interesting the first time I saw it, and then 20 years later, I don't care. I'm going to be honest.
It's only interesting if you can't really consider how that doesn't make any fucking sense. But
listen, in 2009, when I got my Iron Man movie, I thought it was cool. All right. It is now 2026. I do not give a fuck. I've seen it 1,000 times at this point. Yes. Anyway. I've seen it 1,000 times at this point. I don't need to see it in every fucking tech thing that has a suit. Yeah. Okay? I don't need it. I don't need it. It's fine. We can leave it alone.
And then this bullshit. The fucking hands thing with all the digital stuff always with the hands.
Oh, anyway. Like playing with UI, whatever.
Playing with the interactive UI.
The fake typing and all that, and like, yeah. The X8 menu shit, yeah.
X8. So I miss you.
So that was the first episode. Hex just kind of is like, haha, I'm back, haha. And which also doesn't make sense, but we're not going to talk about that because we'll talk about that in a minute. She also is doing the mask snap thing, which again, depending on how she ended and you interpret her ending in the show, doesn't make any sense, but that's fine.
None.
Zero. But, you know, she's back. Megabyte's back. They're both doing their thing. And then I jumped to so I was reading the episode descriptions to see if anything would actually fucking be important here. That's how I decided what episodes I was going to watch. All of a sudden, it says the sorcerer ups his plans to stop the Guardians by releasing a nuclear warhead.
What?
That's what I said. I was like, I'm sorry, what? So, at one point, in the original show, they consistently talk about the supercomputer. And that comes into play when a character named Damon shows up, who's another virus that we can talk about. He takes literally the supercomputer from this government office, this DIS. But it is quite literally like a borderline quantum computer at this point. The supercomputer is, what did they say? 30 threads and something else. Like insane amounts of power in this thing. And that's how the sorcerer is able to do all this. So the sorcerer eventually bumps into a guy and he says bump hacks this guy's phone. He drained the power through a bump hack. So the guy has to plug his phone in and plugs it into his government PC. I can tell you from the minimal cybersecurity training that I have taken, trying to get into it more, no one in their right mind is going to let a foreign device get plugged into a government PC. Just throw that out there. But he plugs his phone in to charge it, and apparently it's connected to this PC. So the sorcerer is able to hijack and take over nuclear codes. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what the Guardians have to do? Stop another one of these tower things that are in every fucking episode. Because we're not in mainframe. We're just in this tower space, whatever the fuck. They have to get to one of those and stop it before it finds all 12 digits or whatever. And you know how they fix it? They Y2K the clock. The clock they reset the clock so it thinks it's the next day, and the codes don't activate. Do you know how he does it? Do you know how they reset the clock?
Is it daylight savings time?
No. The main kid, that Red, I'm just gonna call him fucking Red because I don't know what his name is. Red
Harder.
flies around it Superman style so fast that it jumps the clock.
No, you're not serious. You're not. You're just not.
10,000% serious. He flies around this thing on his zip board so fast it jumps the clock.
I'm done. I quit the show. I quit my life. I'm gonna go live in a cave. That you're telling me that we pulled this off with it's Superman, and then this guy in 2018 is like, I need a way to rewind time. How is this done? Oh yeah, the most inane, asinine way.
He messes up the clock by flying around it really, really fast.
Oh God. Carl, I try so hard.
Listen,
I try
at this
every
point,
day.
I jumped to the last 2 episodes because I couldn't take it anymore.
Oh my God.
So
God.
I jumped to the last 2 episodes. One includes the sorcerer finding where the kids are and has now taken a fucking panel van full of his equipment to the children's houses. I was like, what are we doing here, guys? He leaves his dusty lair in the warehouse for a dusty van that he can drive around and be mobile in.
Oh God.
And
okay.
he tricks Red because he finds out where the room is. So he tricks Red to get him into the room because he goes, hey son, and he goes, oh my God, Dad, you're alive.
No, who the thunk? Who no,
so the sorcerer is the Dark Code who has taken over Red's father.
And I bet this guy is sitting behind the camera going, no. Pulled the trick on you there, didn't I? No, you didn't. No, you really didn't. You piece of shit. So you gave us this bipolar Darth Vader knockoff fucking piece of shit.
Oh,
what
yeah.
The fuck?
Let me tell you about this bipolar Darth Vader. So he goes into the codec. He takes over the ship. He phasers in. He uses the Enterprise teleporter into the fucking ship and locks it so that they cannot get in after him. But then Vera does her chicken neck. Her fucking chicken neck. And finds a single access. So they can only go in one at a time. They can't all teleport at one time. So they go in like 1, 2, 3, 4, not 1, 2, 3, 4, all at the same time.
Got it.
It's not one can only go in. They just have to go in one at a time. So they all go in, and none of it mattered. I don't know why we had to do this, but they would go in one at a time. No problems arise from them having to go in one at a time. And inside of the ship, Source Daddy, I'm just going to call him Source Daddy at this point. Source Daddy has activated a cyberspace black hole.
What is that?
It's a black hole in cyberspace.
I can't. I am so glad you suffered this because I would have been furious.
I'm literally crying on the couch this morning in pain. So he fires the lasers from this fucking ship to create more negative energy so that the black hole becomes larger. And you know what this government organization says? We found a black hole in cyberspace. It's expanding. It could wipe out the whole internet in less than 2 hours.
Sir, we found a black hole in cyberspace.
Space Force! So at this point, the Guardians need to stop Source Daddy, get their ship back, and stop the black hole. I'm crying. So it's not because it's funny. I'm just crying. It hurts.
It was amazing.
So, these kids literally go to fly over to the ship and get too close to the black hole before they could do anything and go, oh God, the gravity is too strong.
Gravity. The gravity of the cyberspace black hole.
After Vera fucking chicken necks and goes, don't get too close. Guess what they fucking do? They get too close.
Oh my God.
So Space Daddy is literally just like twitching out inside of his helmet because it's like a solid minute of just that stupid Iron Man shot. And he's like, we have to expand the black hole. He's like, no, Carter, no, we can't. And then he like looks the other way and he's like, we're gonna do the negative.
Following out in a fucking suit.
As these kids are getting pulled into the cyberspace black hole. And then fucking one of them is like, oh no, you have to fight the dark code. And so he just like, I don't have much time. And he like stops the beam just long enough for the kids to get onto the ship. And so they literally, the kid goes, oh, Dad, you're okay. And he's like, not for long. Because the dark code could come back at any moment. He literally says, not for long.
Well, you have me. Appreciate it now, fucker. I'm a Dr. Jackal this bitch up in a minute.
He's like, you guys have to get out of here. I'm going to take care of the black hole. And so
that was the point. My God.
They do literally nothing this entire episode.
Oh my God.
So they have their heartfelt goodbyes. And you know what this motherfucker says as he drives the ship into the black hole?
Oh my God.
To mend and defend. And then drives this bitch directly into the black hole. And it seals up.
Oh God.
I hate this show so fucking much.
Oh my God, my brain.
He really says not for long.
Not for long. To mend and defend, baby boy.
And the way he says it is so dramatically stupid. He's like, to mend and defend. That's just gone. Oh my God. I fucking hate this show. I hate it so much. This is the worst fucking thing I think we've ever watched next to Ultraman Dyna. I fucking hate this show.
So much you said and so much that they tried to do in this show just hurts every fabric of logic and reason and knowledge and common sense.
I mean, cyberspace black holes are pretty common in my opinion.
No, that's gotta bro. The gravitational pull of a black hole
in cyberspace. And you know what the worst part about this whole fucking thing is? The Reboot logo is plastered everywhere in this entire 20 episode series, and not once do they tap that bitch and say reboot. Even when they try to reboot inside of the game.
They literally try to do the title and they still don't think of that fucking moment. So when they're talking to Bob about rebooting and he reboots. And they're talking to Bob.
They're talking to Bob. And he goes, not for long. They literally tap their PIDs that are not PIDs anymore because we've lost the fucking thread of why this stuff is important. And it just like, nope, your suits are cooler. That old shit's stupid. We're not doing that.
Oh my God,
Right before the cyberspace black hole.
My God, this fucking...
So that's Reboot the Guardian Code. Fuck that. Fuck that show.
Reboot the Guardian Code.
On Netflix, 20 episodes.
The black
have fun.
Hole in cyberspace.
There's too much gravitational pull.
That's all it is the black hole of cyberspace, this fucking show.
That's the name of the episode, yep. The black hole of cyberspace.
I can't even. I have to watch it because I have to see that line delivered.
You just have to watch the last episode. You don't have nothing happens in the episode before other than he gets in the dirty, weird child molester van. That's the only thing.
How they delivered this line, man.
I'm telling you. No, I'm 100% he goes not for long.
The editors were like, here's a line. And then the editor was like, yeah, the black hole in cyberspace. Yeah.
The entire time, I'm literally just thinking about the fucking meme. Like, you sure about that? You sure about that?
Yeah, the barrage of messages you would have gotten if I had made it that far. Oh my god,
Bro,
oh my god,
this is so much better. This is because, like, I feel like I'm exaggerating how terrible it is, but literally, this is beat for beat how it happens.
You can't make that any
I
worse.
couldn't make this up if I tried.
You can't, my guy. I am just perplexed and horrified that this actually happened, and I'm sorry.
Can we talk about regular Reboot now?
Yeah, let's kind of put the bandage on the wound here. So, you guys, we went down this rabbit hole because we love
because we found the black hole of cyberspace.
Because we found the black hole in cyberspace. We fell into the black hole in cyberspace because it had the Reboot sign above it, and we went head first. Okay, we love Reboot. Reboot was awesome. This atrocious abomination shits on everything and every message and every element of what made Reboot amazing. And I know we can't give it justice because you just got to watch the damn show. Yeah. But I'm going to try and convince you that you should.
So how far did you get in your rewatch? I know you didn't get super far.
Season.
You finished the first season.
I finished the first season. But the thing is, as a man of stature, I was there, my friend. I was there when it happened. And unlike a lot of others, I was one of those who was lucky enough to simultaneously watch Reboot and Beast Wars as they happened.
Okay.
So my memories are tied to a lot of nostalgia. So rewatching it, I was doing a lot of like, oh yeah, I remember this plot point, that plot point. But a lot of it was at the same time this was happening in Beast Wars. And not to be a detractor in any way, but Beast Wars won me over in the end, but probably because it lasted longer. But ultimately, I was a big fan of the transforming robots anyway.
Yeah,
so
that's fair. I mean, it's Transformers, right? Like,
right. But Reboot had this element of that kind of set the standard for Beast Wars, where the characters really drive the show.
Yeah.
Bob is a lovable goofball of a hero who puts bravery first and his own well-being behind him. So I always liked that about Bob, and that's kind of what drove me to the show. But Megabyte was the presence. You know what I mean? Like, a good hero is defined by his villain, and Megabyte for me scared me. Like,
yeah.
And it's hard to explain, but like, even though it was a kid's show, he had this presence where you really didn't know what he was capable of. And even though you really find out that it's not a hell of a lot, but it's still the possibilities that he was far more dangerous than we saw. I love that about him. And then, fast forward 30 plus years and I come to discover that hexadecimal started a lot of my problems.
Yeah.
So we're just going to graze over that real quick. I'm just going to say thank you, Hexadecimal. Thank you very much. Yeah. And the rest of the show is just a slice of my childhood, really. So you've rewatched it. So I'm hoping to hear more perspective on what that might be like now.
So, yes. There is, by the same person who did the disastrous adaptation that is DMC, Foxcade, did a fantastic video on that and Adi Shankar that we talked about. They also did a like the fall of Reboot video. And I think, did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah. Okay. I saw that. Yeah. That was...
So yeah, much like what we were talking about earlier, Reboot started as the first true CG show. It deserves a lot of credit. The same studio ended up being the ones who did Beast Wars. And they did a bunch of other CG shows back in that time. They ended up doing Spider-Man the animated series that was on MTV. That one, the CG one, you guys probably remember from the early 2000s.
Right.
They did that show as well. And you can also hear, because they used a lot of the same voice actors, like Rat Trap is Hack in if you noticed.
Yeah.
A couple, I think Rhinox is in there too. I forget who he plays. Because there's a bunch of characters that just play like the sprites around. And essentially what Reboot is a bunch of computer jargon living inside of a computer/console. And just kind of having life and personality, and it's like, what if electronics were alive, essentially.
Right.
And that's kind of the great things about it. And that's kind of also where Guardian Code lost me, because like, yeah, we're just kind of doing this thing, but everything in Reboot had like a personality, was a person, was a character. In Guardian Code, it's like, okay, here's a computer thing, go.
Right. So you know what that means, right? Good.
Yeah,
Like,
it means black hole in cyberspace, obviously. So
yeah. But it's
so the first season of the show was just dogged by censorship and people putting forth the money that wanted things in a very specific way. And I think that's also why Hexadecimal becomes the way she becomes. Because yes, Reboot was Tron 2.0, except with the whole going into the computer thing, they were all inside of it, essentially. Reboot, Guardian Code is where they actually go into it.
Minus the human element.
Like it's all the stuff inside of the computer, which is kind of cool. And the first season is very much like episode of the week, story of the week. They didn't want to. I don't know if you noticed, Mouse shows up, she has muscles, and then they go away like the next episode.
But like, okay,
but they come back. Don't worry, they come back.
How you go like episode of the week, it's not just like Bob saves the day every time too. Like a lot of these episodes don't end up in like it's not patternistic. Not every episode ends with the victory in a game. Most of them do, but not all of them do. The point
there's
of
a couple
the game,
extra like other things that happen in there, but for the most part it's a Power Rangers thing, right? Like it's a Saturday morning cartoon. Like problem is introduced, heroes have to solve the problem. A little bit of story might be dropped after they solve the problem, that kind of thing. Yep. And then you have weird ass episodes like the talent show.
No, that is one of the greatest episodes of all time.
It's great because Megabyte shreds a fucking guitar.
Yeah.
And then he goes, I've always wanted to do that, and then just bounces. Like he doesn't even have an evil scheme that time. He just
let me put it to you like this, brother. What year was that? What fucking
94.
year was that? 94. Okay. I am 8 in 94.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now I'm watching this fucking guy who has intimidated me every time he's been on screen show up to Enzo's birthday. And I'm like, oh no, he's going to do something fucking awful on Enzo's birthday.
Nope.
Why, you evil bastard? And he goes and does that. And that was the first time that I ever experienced what it was like to see a villain in another light. You know what I mean? Like actively, watching movies is whatever, but I mean, I never had such a harsh opinion change on humanizing a villain like that time as Megabyte. And I can't, I know I'm trying to, but I can't express how impactful that was to me, learning about storytelling.
Yeah.
To become the wannabe writer that I am. It's just, that was my first experience in that, and it still stays with me because there's nothing that I could. I'm sorry. At that moment, you could have told me a million other things, and I would have believed you. But to see him shred a guitar, and then Bob to generate glitch guitar, and then do a fucking duet, like, are you kidding me? That's one of the greatest moments I ever had as a kid.
Have a guitar battle. That's all they do.
For his birthday, for Enzo's birthday, because he's 10 or 1. I forget what it was.
Yeah.
I think he just.
But 10, I believe. But the cool thing is you can kind of see, the nice thing about this show is you kind of see learning about the back end of things when things start to shift, because this is the episode, the celebratory episode, I feel like, of when they're out of the boot of the censorship things, the ABC as they were in Canada, the actual like censorship board that made them like, hey, Hexadecimal has to be the sexy one because sex is evil. That was literally the thing behind it, right? Like that's why she looks the way she looks, like a dominatrix, honestly. That's
Carl.
The show does a lot of things, okay? And then right after that, you go into the first 2-part episode, which is the identity crisis, where Dot goes into her craziness, thinking she lost literally mainframe to Megabyte. Right. You know what I mean? Right. And that's where you really see Megabyte kind of come to fruition as a villain, I think.
Listen, the truth about nulls is fucking wild, okay? Like, the fact that nulls are still semi-sentient and yet they were always people, and the one null that he keeps, holy fuck.
Yeah,
like,
you find out much later the one null that he keeps is actually Enzo and Dot's father.
And hexadecimals by extension, because it
and
turned out
megabytes.
that yeah, that's what I mean. Like the whole domino. Like if they hadn't planned that from the beginning, I'll buy it. But holy
So
fuck,
a lot
they
of this
figure
they
out.
did plan from the beginning. It's just they couldn't do a lot of it in that first season. That was the problem.
Wild, because if you're telling me this storyline could have been like streamlined if they
We
cut
could have
out
had this
all the
peppered in through the whole first season.
oh my god, sick shit. So like, okay, relatively speaking, the first season is adventure of the week, but what we get to understand is their character personas and the dynamics that they have between each other, because that's what boosts the stakes in season 2. Enzo wants to step up, can't quite do it. Bob and I think it's Bob. Is it Bob that has the love issue the whole time? Like he just can't express himself to Doc?
Yes. So it not even just now, it's through the entire show, and the reasons change, which is fascinating and so cool to see. So at first it's very much like, ooh, I'm too innocent, Bob, hero boy. Like I just don't know how to because I'm shy. And then it kind of turns into, wow, we're both really damaged individuals. How do we do this? And it also eventually turns into, which Bob am I going to marry? The one with or without the PTSD?
Listen, that plot line too is wild.
Like the show gets kind of crazy. And in season 2, they do the wildest thing, which is not only have an entire Voltron episode in the Nullzilla, which is the clips that I sent you of that one. That's from season 2. Nullzilla.
That's a dope episode.
We're also introduced to a character named Andrea, who is a game sprite, who they meet inside one of the games, and Enzo gets a little girlfriend. He gets a little crush, and that's his little partner in crime. And the cool thing is she is able to go in and out of games as a game sprite. She is unaffected by the whole nulling of a sector, because she has a different, the actual Reboot symbol is called their PID, their personal ID codes, and hers is, because it's coded as a game sprite, she can go in and out of them. She was able to switch hers to a regular PID once they won the game, when she's introduced, so that she's able to stay with Enzo. So she can switch her PID from a game sprite to a regular sprite, like a computer sprite, and that's how they start jumping in and out of games eventually.
See, I thought because the way she explains it is she downloaded a copy of herself into Enzo's PID.
Yep.
And when he got out of the system, she was able to. But that still means that the OG Andrea's
probably in that game somewhere. Yeah. Like the sprite bot NPC version is probably in that game somewhere. But the Andrea we get is the new like computer sprite version. And essentially she just copied his sprite code onto her PID, her game sprite PID, so it made
wild
it look
concept. Then you get to say that like they could have been possible the whole time.
It could have been, and they have an entire plot device of where they just use this to their advantage. So in this, the Nullzilla, like I said, they do a whole Voltron thing. The show's very cool. I'm gonna graze over a lot of this. I want you guys to go watch it.
Yes, please,
but I'm also gonna talk some kind of important points here in a second that are pretty spoilery, just so you know. But the show is also like 30 years old at this point.
Forward. Yeah, I mean, come on. I remember it.
But it's also, it is, I should say, this entire show is remastered by fans in 4K on YouTube to watch completely free. There is also like a Tubi version, which is like the legitimate version. But it's super grainy and hard to watch on there because it's all 4:3 either way. But it's like 4K up-resed on YouTube, and it's very good quality. You guys should check it out. It was redone by a bunch of fans, which is very cool. Man, at the end of the season, like you were saying, it's Enzo wanting to be a guardian. He wants to like win games. He's trying to sneak into games the whole time, and do all this other stuff. And you come to find out that Mouse is also just a badass super programmer, because she's a muscle mommy with a brain, and that's hot. And she's also played by Lenore Zahn, by the way, fucking Rogue from X-Men. I don't know if you noticed that.
The sugar is a dead giveaway.
As soon as she said sugar, I was like, oh shit, okay.
Yep. Oh,
it's the same character. Like it's the same character, literally.
He is just Rogue.
Yeah, but and that's fine. And Lenore Zahn is also a queen, and she can do whatever she wants.
We were set up from I was set up for failure from the beginning. Mouse and Hex. I blame you. Thank you, but I blame you.
Yeah.
I could have been a millionaire.
Yeah, thank you. There's also a entire Reboot documentary by like the same guys who did the Reboot project, I believe. There's a whole documentary. There's like an hour each episode just looking at different stuff from Reboot. I haven't watched it yet, but it's on YouTube as well, just on the background stuff of everything that goes down. But eventually, the cool thing is, as Enzo is trying to like be more involved, it comes to a point where he doesn't have a fucking choice because Bob is yeeted into the fucking internet.
So like when I tell you like Megabyte was the intimidation factor, was because he often got over on the heroes, and were it not for XYZ, like, and it's not like, oh, he's got them in a room with a bomb. Like, this dude has them dead to rights on a lot of occasions.
And like, and it gets to a point where, especially with Enzo, he starts to play like psychological warfare, and it's kind of crazy to see.
That's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm saying. Like, the levels that Megabyte is villainous, it stayed with me. You know what I mean? Like, he's such an impactful villain that even as much as I adore Hexadecimal for all her goofiness, he scared me. Like,
and it's very much part of their dynamics too, because Hexadecimal is chaos, and that's just how her personality is. She's all over the place, right? With the mass changes and everything. She's just a loose cannon. Like, she's just an explosion waiting to happen. Megabyte is much more precise and plotting, and he's looking for total unequivocal control. That's his virus type. And he says to what is his intro? I forget. Oh my god. Because this is the cool thing, throughout the different phases of the show, they change the intro, so it's not always just Bob being like, to mend and defend. Once he's gone, he's gone. Like, he's not doing the intro anymore, and it's Megabyte that replaces it. I'll have to find it. Let me see if it's in this first episode here. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Doesn't say it in there. But either way, he says to corrupt and something, I think, is his new like catchphrase, and it's really cool. Corrupt and conquer, I think. To corrupt and conquer. My format virus. To corrupt and conquer. That's something like that. You know what I mean? Because like they all do their own play on the Bob intro, which is really cool. And so Enzo, being a child, literally has to try and figure out, because Bob like set him up with Glitch, his key code, his key tool, and then like upgraded him to a Guardian status code. You know, it's a bunch of, they make up mumbo jumbo for it to work. In context of the show, they use a bunch of like computer jargon that doesn't actually make sense. But essentially, Enzo is the Guardian now. He's Bob, whether he wants to be or not. And because he's a child, he literally stumbles and falls to victory every time. Victory. And what's kind of wild is, air quotes, victory. Remember, we were talking about how when the games come down, it destroys their computer if they don't win, if they don't beat the user. The one time we have ever seen them lose to the user is when Enzo loses, because Megabyte is using propaganda to fuck with him, and he is trying his damnedest just to like survive and protect as many people as possible, but all of the citizens are turning against him. Anytime they go into a game, he has to like argue with the citizens about whether he's really a Guardian or not. Like, everything is against him. And so they enter the Mortal Kombat game. It's called like Mortal Flame or something like that. And so it's an actual fighting game. And they do this really cool thing. So whenever they go into a game, and this is what I was saying that they don't do in fucking Guardian code, whenever they go into a game, they hit their ID code twice and they say reboot, and it's supposed to give them the powers that'll give them an advantage to win against the user. Right. In this game, Frisket, the dog, who also was in Guardian code and massively disrespected. I was like, this is crazy. Yeah. Frisket and Andrea hide inside this angelic character with like a beast thing. I think it was like a puppet character. Honestly, I'm literally looking at these characters being like, what would that character play as? And Enzo does this cool thing where he's trying to reboot, because the difference with this one is the user is picking their arcade path. So he's trying to reboot into whatever the user is about to pick. So because there's no guarantee he would fight the user.
Oh, I see.
He's trying to literally run into them and reboot quick and jump into that character before they select it. So he's trying to like guess what the person they're going to pick. And he's like, for like 3 rounds. And he finally gets to the one, and it's back and forth. And it is an intense fucking episode.
Really?
Yes, it is an extremely intense episode.
I have to rewatch it to remember the nuances, but I remember that episode, and the feeling of dread at that ending.
Yeah.
It is grim.
And this is yes. So he not only loses, he loses an eye in the process of this whole thing, loses the game, And the only way that they can survive and not be nullified is Andrea and Mouse, both of them, were able to activate the game sprite mode on their PIDs so that they are both coded as game sprites and leave with the game so that they're not deleted, nullified. And literally this is where the show just twerks to another level.
It stops being the haha show.
Yeah.
There's no more haha.
Oh my God. Not only did they yeet the main fucking character, now the other main character is fucking dead. Holy shit.
Right.
Holy shit. And then Dot is having a full mental breakdown because everyone she loves is gone and she has to deal with Megabyte by herself.
Dot becomes such a badass though. Like she shatters and reforms into some fucking super Ellen Ripley.
Yeah. So in the first season, she's like buying businesses throughout the entire season. By the second one, she's basically
and she's
super mayor of the town and controls the military and everything.
Whatever Hex and Mouse did for me on the opposite end, Dot set a bar for like what to expect out of somebody who's got their shit together. You know what I mean? Like, holy fuck, she's incredible.
It's great. And so she has a full meltdown. And this is the only thing I would have changed in outside of them actually getting like a full fourth season, because the movies are kind of all over the place. But up until the end of season 3, this is fantastic. Like, this is some of the best shit I've ever seen. In the very next episode, Enzo starts his new monologue for the intro as Matrix. My code Renegade. That whole shit when he's actually Matrix. It would have hit harder, in my opinion, if they didn't start it till the episode after.
I see.
Like, so, because like, as a kid, I would have been like, what the fuck? Enzo's dead. Holy shit, Enzo's dead. Like, what the fuck? And then, like, you get into all this, and Andrea and Enzo are running around, but he's going by Matrix now. And, like, obviously they look alike, but you're like, is that Enzo? Is it not? Like, is that Andrea? Is it not? What's going on here? And then, but because it starts with his new monologue, it kind of took that moment away slightly, but it, like, this is where Enzo becomes my favorite fucking character in the show. And like, I do not enjoy the little kid brother character that he starts off as and eventually comes back to, because eventually there's 2 Enzos, but that's a whole thing.
There's a technicality in there.
There's technicality in there. There's 2 Enzos, but I'm realizing, working on side projects and rereading Berserk and watching this, that I really like fucking damaged characters.
They tend to have the most to add to the story.
And particularly Buffa, I'm realizing, is that same vein. Like, I'm drawn to these like mega badasses that are only mega badasses because someone hurt them real bad. Real bad.
And now they make hurt.
Yeah,
I heard.
So the show goes on, and I don't really want to spoil too much, because again, I want you guys to go and watch it. But eventually, it comes back to where like they need to find Bob again, and they find Bob, and you come to find out Bob is super fucked up too, and they even changed his voice actor. And so, what I was getting at in Guardian Code is in this 4th season. By this time, they weren't sure if they were getting more show, but they wanted to leave season 3 open in case they did. They had a deal with Cartoon Network, I believe, to do 4 movies that were broken into 4 episodes each. A lot of that fell through, so they got 2 movies, 4 episodes each. So the Damon storyline was supposed to carry over 3 of those arcs, 3 of those 4 episode arcs.
That's Damon.
Yeah.
Damon is
another virus who preaches literally the word, and is she's French also, of course.
Yeah.
But like, it's wild to see. I don't know if you even remember any of this stuff, really.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
So at one point, Hexadecimal becomes a sprite because she gets a new design, and she is just the equivalent of a flapper girl dominatrix is the only way I can describe it.
She's in love, man. She's in love.
And she's in love with Bob. And Dot does not like that, because they're still having their issues just confessing their love for each other. Because at this point, Bob has been gone for a while. He's much different. Dot is much different. And it's kind of like, how do we interact with each other at this point? This show's fucking.
And you know, the charming thing is, like, in the 2nd episode, or is it the 4th? Whatever episode Hex has the initial interaction with Bob.
2nd.
that element is there from the jump
Yep.
and there throughout the whole show.
In the third season, when they have their like showdowns, Megabyte and Enzo square off because that whole thing, they have their whole thing, and Hexadecimal and Bob square off. And then of course they needed to have their like Bob and Megabyte thing, and that's part of it too. But like the important one is Hex and Bob and Enzo and Megabyte. That was the two important interactions, and they nailed those. Those fucking interactions are so goddamn good.
I gotta watch that again.
It's so, just finish the whole show, honestly. It's so good.
Basically. Yeah.
And like you finished the worst part of the show, you know, like the first season's the hardest to watch just because it is very formulaic. Where it's like, you know, bad Saturday morning cartoon. Yeah.
Like even then, bro, like the first season has their charm. The greatest character in the whole series, Mike the TV.
Fuck Mike. I hate Mike so much.
Listen, no, I mean that facetiously, but my favorite quote is Mike.
All of them, every time. Mike!
Mike!
And the fact that they leave him with Hexadecimal just to fucking annoy her is crazy.
Mike the TV is an incredible character. Is too good.
Yeah.
How do I put it? They write it well because it is annoying as shit.
Yes.
So please understand.
Everyone knows someone like that.
Yeah.
But Hexadecimal and Damon is so cool because like she has this very like angelic presence to her, literally. Like she's not only making this church cult thing where she's infecting everyone because she's a virus, but she also just has this presence where she's like, yes, everyone will be happy with the word. And then she finds out Hexadecimal became a sprite and she fucking snaps. And it is the wildest shit I've ever seen. She goes, you were fucking perfect and you chose to be a sprite. And you're like, this girl literally erases people for failing miserably. Like, what is going to happen? And they have an actual Dragon Ball Z fight for like 5 minutes. Because Hex goes back to the core to like repower up into a virus. And they have a full Dragon Ball Z fight.
And that's what she delivers her fucking... I heard her speech, and it's fucking beautiful, man. Because nobody... Let me put it to you like this. We have voice actors like a motherfucker in this show. Professional voice actors, but she is a performer.
She is a theatrical actor. So like she acts like, for real.
So fucking Hexadecimal's lines and her deliveries we're blessed to have those. I can't stress that enough. Okay, you can put my fanboy shit aside. She made that role her own thing.
She eats the scene up every fucking scene she's in, whether she wants to or not. Do you remember how this show ends? Literally, like how it ends.
Yes.
Okay. So this show, I'm warning the people who are watching this. If you get to the very last episode, literally the last shot is Megabyte saying, "Let the hunt begin," and it cuts to black, and we never get anything again until 2018.
And it's fine.
It's
fine.
Is it?
Yes, because what you're telling me is they did such a good job that they can't even finish it. So like, I don't know. I'm trying to come up with something positive.
Here's what I'm gonna do. Here's my headcanon.
Oh, you have an ending. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I don't know if you remember, but in the, because I've blocked a lot of this show out, and I just watched it today. In the Guardian Code, when he goes to mainframe, there is no Matrix. There is no Andrea.
Right.
I think whatever this hunt is, they get trapped either in the games or they sacrifice for each other and both die and get deleted because they needed room for Enzo to grow into his own character, which he kind of does in the Damon movie, which is kind of interesting to see. Like it's a different Enzo. So at one point, the system is reset and Enzo, the child, is reset because Matrix is like has his game ID on or something. So the program goes, oh, we're missing this part, and rebuilds it. So they rebuild a young Enzo. So you have the damaged, angry Matrix, and you have Enzo the child. And at one point, Enzo the child is like, oh, I want to be cool and grown up like Matrix. And literally everyone is like, please don't be like Matrix.
Don't do that.
Please don't do that. Oh God, you don't know what he's been through, man. So like he even dresses like him. He even tries to be him. And the cool thing with Damon is he kind of has this moment of like, I don't need to be Matrix. Like Matrix is not the end all be all. I can be my own adult, and like I can be Enzo and he can be Matrix. You know what I mean? Like that's not my in stone future. Yeah. And so it was kind of that really cool moment where like Damon, I think, is Damon Rising, whatever the fuck this movie's called, this episode arc. has a lot of really good character moments between the characters. There's a couple like lulls and kind of whatever's in there. The next part with the two Bobs thing is a lot more of the lulls. Not a whole lot happens in those. But I just love hanging out with these characters, honestly.
My Two Bobs was an attempt at a wrap up because they pretty much had their back against the wall at that point.
Yeah, just literally, they like with a whole fucking machete were just cutting out plot points and we're like, we need to wrap something up. And clearly they didn't even get to do that. But there was so much more to this that was supposed to be in both the Damon story and the My Two Bobs. Essentially, My Two Bobs is another Bob shows up that is pre all of the bullshit Bob. And it kind of makes Dot do this thing where, because like at the end of the Damon movie, Dot asks Bob to marry her. Problems and all, they finally confess their love to each other. Like, we're both fucked. We can make it work though.
Wait, you're gonna go into this, but I need you to impress the fact that one, this is a kid show.
Yes.
And the heavy weight that is Dot's mental state.
Yes.
And
especially by the time they all get back.
This whole plot point with Dot is, to me, heavy. As heavy as the Enzo thing, as heavy as the Bob thing.
Yeah.
It's not something like, oh, she's just the girl in love. It is not that. It is not just her. Like, my guy, she's okay. Sorry, I feel like I'm ganking it. But
you're fine. Take it.
Like this was one of my favorite plot points because Dot is one of the better characters of the show. Her whole arc comes to culmination with the idea of who do you embrace when it comes to you needing a sense of peace?
Yep.
Do you revert and hide from the reality that you have lived through shit and embrace a happier time and live up there mentally? Or do you accept the fact that shit has happened, shit will happen, but what matters is who's with you the whole time?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And what I obviously missed as a kid, but I understand now, is her fear drove her decision, but her heart made her come back around. Do you know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
The brilliance of her character. That's all I can really say.
No, because like I don't say PTSD like jokingly. Like, all of these characters have been through so much; they are traumatized. And I think with Dot, we've seen less of it on screen at this point. Like, we've seen Matrix lose, go into the games, and have to survive. There's like 6 episodes of him and Andrea just like jumping systems trying to get back to mainframe. We've seen what has happened to Bob and the stuff he's had to do and how he kind of fights that. He's still trying to just be the best version of himself despite all of the shit that's happened. Dot has to fucking hold the pieces together and literally tries to hold mainframe together for them to even come back to. And when they do, it's just constant reminders of all the shit they've been through, to where they never, like, Matrix never yells at Dot, but he's very much not her younger brother anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the same kid. And I think having Kid Enzo around at that point hurts even more because again, it's like when second Bob shows up, it's like, okay, like, she's so, like, she was always protective of Enzo, but in the Damon movie, she is so hyper ultra protective of Kid Enzo that she locks him in a read-only room, they call it, so that he can watch a movie for an example of what bullshit Matrix had to go through, and it backfires, and he just wants to be Matrix, so he thinks he's cool. But like, essentially, he watches a documentary that's supposed to be like, see, he went through all of this shit. He's not okay. You don't want to be like him. And Enzo's like, but he's cool. You know, he does the normal kid thing. Like, he's a badass. I want to be like a badass, you know? But like, again, she's trying so hard to like hold on to whatever she can, and those good times that like you're saying with the Bobs, she gets this unaffected, untraumatized Bob in front of her, and it's like, does she stay in the fantasy? I too want mental problems. Listen. Bro, like, it's does she ignore everything like you're saying and just live in the fantasy, or does she accept things for the way they are and love the people she loves no matter what has happened to them? and realize that they've all kind of grown from it. And like you said, she does make the right choice eventually. She chooses, I'm going to call him Glitch Bob, to find out why I'm going to call him Glitch Bob, is you should watch the fucking show. And eventually Glitch Bob is restored to his original form.
Right.
Which
through Deus Ex Machina stuff. Like,
which is kind of whatever. It's fine. It doesn't erase the trauma by any means. It just, he goes back to his old form and he gets his old voice actor back. So Dot kind of does this like, I won anyway, which is hit or miss. The more I think about it, honestly, it's fine. It's fine. Their journey is the important part here. Because like the ending just fell to too many fucking problems, unfortunately, on the back end, out of their control.
Yeah.
So,
but
go ahead.
At the end of it, like it's her brick in the mold of the ending. Even if it didn't give us the finality, even if there were like, major plot lines that were still in the air, in terms of going these 30 years, it would be nice to have that. It would be. But a lot of us, me included, feel like season 3 was truly a decent enough ending that season 4 kind of feels like the bonus. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Season 3 was the end of the meal. Season 4 is the dessert. And I think some of the best stuff in the show is in season 4. It's just because of stuff out of their control, they couldn't execute it as well as they could have. You know what I mean? Like the Hexen and Damon stuff was fantastic. Like just that whole interaction, like I said, is so good. The two Bobs premise is fantastic. It's just, unfortunately, that chunk of episodes isn't the best because of those like swathing cuts.
The execution.
Yeah. So it's great. I don't deter people from watching it. Just it's your Sunday. It's like they scoop some Turkey Hill into a bowl for you. It's great. It's fine. You still get some great stuff out of it. It's just, it's not the strongest the show's been. And that's entirely out of their control, unfortunately. The history of the show is wild. I very much recommend check out Foxcade's video if you just want like a summation of what happened. And then, like I said, there's the documentary of what happened with Reboot on YouTube. You guys can check out like hour-long episodes of stuff, things like that. But yeah, no, I mean, it might be a recency bias, but like, either way, Reboot blows most shows today out of the water, hands down, honestly. Like even Toku shows we've been watching, like Reboot blows all this shit out of the water.
It's got everything, including Toku. Including Toku.
This is as much Toku as fucking Thunderbolt Fantasy is. So there you go. They transform and everything.
Fucking A.
Because Guardian Code doesn't exist. So fuck that and the black hole in cyberspace.
All right, let's wrap it with the question. What was the question that we missed out?
Yes. So if you guys would like to give us a question, you guys can join our Patreon, patreon.com/Tokudon, and join the Shadow Lord tier. You get to answer this question or ask us a question, and we'll answer it here or the Shadow Realm Parlor. This question comes from Peacemaker, old friend of the channel and podcast, and he's been around forever too.
Forever.
So if forced to watch, would you rather have to watch Godzilla Netflix movie trilogy or Godzilla Singularity Point?
Forced?
If you were forced at gunpoint to watch either the trilogy or Singularity Point, which one would you watch?
See, when I saw Singularity Point, I don't know if you guys remember, but that almost drove me into a psychotic break. The hate that I have for that.
Almost as much as my hate for Guardian Code.
Almost, but you know what?
The black hole in cyberspace?
Yeah. No, I can't do it again. I would do the Netflix trilogy. I would.
Really?
I can't do it again, man. I can't. With as much as we just went through with fucking Guardian Code, right? Mm-hmm. I truly feel that creation was made with such hate, such despising for the content, for the fans, hate, that the fact that it made it to be created is just the biggest middle finger he could have given anybody. And I swear he must whack off to his own creation every time.
We talked about it. He gets jollies from math problems. That's his whole thing.
his existence is the math problem. Man. So, yeah, nah, Netflix trilogy, 100%.
Okay.
I'd spoon out my own whatever before I watch
Yeah.
that shit again.
So the thing between
No,
uh, so
come on.
I would
Ow.
10,000% rather watch Singularity Point.
What are you talking about?
Because at least I get Jet Jaguar rolling around.
That's your. You know, you could.
Listen, all I'm
It's
gonna
not
say
called-
is
it's not
Mechagodzilla
called
City.
Jet Jaguar Singularity Point. It's not. It's not.
Mechagodzilla City.
Okay, yeah, that's that. I'm not saying it's better. I'm saying it's not worse.
All I'm saying is, at least in Singularity Point, whatever the fuck it's called, Godzilla Math Point.
Yeah, Godzilla calculus, Godzilla calculus,
Godzilla algebra.
Godzilla calculus. Yeah.
In Godzilla algebra, at least there was moments where I was like, "Oh, that was cool. That was pretty neat. Look at that monster." Okay, not a single time in the Godzilla anime movies, the Gen Urobuchi ones, was I like, "Oh, that was cool. That was neat." The entire time, I'm like, "What the fuck am I doing with my life? Why am I like?"
You were thinking. At least you were thinking. You had other things to think about.
Yeah,
you weren't trying to pretend like you could understand half of the.
And I would never. I never defended
shit.
Singularity Point. I just in Godzilla algebra is out there and weird and stupid and doesn't make any sense. But at least it wasn't boring.
That's fair.
Anime Netflix trilogy was fucking out there and stupid and weird and boring. Oh my god, it's so boring.
To have to choose, I am making my choice because I'd rather be bored than insulted. Okay,
I would rather be insulted. At least that gets a fucking interaction out of me. Holy shit! Like I don't care that Ghidorah is a fucking phantom dragon that Godzilla can't even goddamn touch for 2/3 of the movie. Like I don't care. And the only reason he's there is because religion. I don't fucking. What are we doing here, guys? Mechagodzilla City. What are we doing here?
Mechagodzilla City is at least a fancy enough premise that if it was entertained right, it could be done right.
But you know what? They did pretty okay. Jet Jaguar is a mech. So, you know, that wins.
No.
Yeah.
Stop it.
You're just mad because the cube hurt your brain.
Yeah. No, I am. Absolutely.
I'm just mad that 3 fucking movies wasted my goddamn time.
But at least they tried to be genuine.
Did they try? Did they
try to be genuine
be
to
real
Godzilla.
With yourself right now. No, put your hate for the cube aside and think for 2 seconds. Did they try?
They didn't try. They tried about as hard as this other guy, but at least this other guy, at least not like this other guy, they didn't make it intentionally to piss you off.
Yeah, they did.
They tried.
Yeah. No, they made it specifically to piss me off. They were like, hey, we have this really cool giant Godzilla. Let's make him not move. For 3 movies.
Did you guys hear down the hall like they're working on the Devil May Cry thing? That's supposed to be cool. We should go sit in some notes. Let's go Netflix. Take some notes, guys.
I think I just fucking hate Netflix. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Can we just get like I'm pretty sure from what I understand, like the Mechagodzilla City was supposed to be like a Fortress Macross kind of thing, like an SDF-1. And was supposed to transform into like a mech that they could pilot. But they were like, fuck that. We don't have time for that. Just make it a city. And like, what?
Jeez.
What? What? How is that the better of the 2 options? What?
These are the things that were taken from us. These are the things that are taken from us. And then we have to
grow up. You know what they should do with both of those movies? Throw them into a black hole in cyberspace.
And that is it, guys. You can check out the rest of our stuff on our YouTube channel. I go by 6 Echoes on TikTok and YouTube and all that. I'm here most of the times to do this show with my guy.
I add KaijuCarl. We stream, we do stuff. You can check out Tokudon on YouTube. Some other fun videos there as well. You can check out Reboot on YouTube. It is all on there in 4K, beautiful, delicious. Don't fucking watch Guardian Code, except for that last episode, just to see how stupid and ridiculous it is. And make sure you guys join the Patreon, Tokudon.com/Patreon. If you want to support us and help us do all kinds of shenanigans and Maybe one day we too can just take a beloved franchise we love and bury it into the fucking ground and make a paycheck.
Yeah. We'll throw it into the black hole of cyberspace. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Have a good night.